Safe at third place. That was a close play, but Terry Grawey slid under the tag, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sports with Roger and Friends on WAZU. And a pleasant good morning to, in order of appearance, Mike Dentino. Good morning, Mike.
Yes, well, if you go counterclockwise, I guess.
Well, no, but according to attendance. You came in the door late, sir.
Typically, we go clockwise. That's the normal way to do things.
Guy comes in late, starts telling the host what the hell I'm supposed to be doing. What kind of a guy are you?
I'm just recommending that clockwise is more important than counterclockwise.
Well, by whose clock? Terry Grawey, you got more jewelry on this morning. You went down to Florida to do some buying and selling with Cuba.
No, I didn't. No Cuban.
Nice ring. Is one of those a Masonic ring?
No.
It looks like the one on the little finger is.
No.
Well, you don't have to get huffy about it.
Why,
I'm just asking questions.
That's a weird group. I'm not a weird group.
No, don't say that. My dad was a 33rd degree Mason and
don't they have secret handshakes and stuff? And
well, I don't know what. If
he wouldn't talk about it.
If it's secret, how would you know? That's very good, Mr. Hoover.
Was he a builder? A builder of men, huh? Your father.
I don't know. And you know, they had I think they have a code. You're supposed to ask them to join. They're not supposed to recruit people. That's what I was told.
Oh, really?
You know, my dad never said, "Would you be interested?" He could do, within the family.
You never.
No, I did. I do remember. You know, the cathedral. The Scottish Rite Cathedral was.
Oh, Scottish Rite. I was thinking St. Mary's. Okay.
No, you would as a Catholic. You certainly didn't think
I got married.
Of the St. Methodist. Now you made me lose my train of thought.
Well,
don't
that
do
happens
that
easy.
Yeah. By the way, who are you? Are you a guest today?
What are you doing here?
Yeah. You know, this probably is the smallest. No, it isn't. I worked in a studio at WSIV. It was in the basement of the arcade building, and it was smaller. Well, it would be a toss-up.
Oh, my. You have to go outside to change your mind.
Yeah.
No, I had to go outside to change my clothes. and you know what was neat back then? It was at WSIV, and the station was owned by George Patterson and George Udry, and I think his grandson has a jewelry store on Court Street. I loved it because on Saturday at noon, everybody left, and I was all alone.
Oh, wow.
And I'll never forget, a young guy came in, and he said, "Could I watch you do the show, Roger?" And I said, "Well, sure."
You had to put your pants on.
And so I put on my underwear. At any rate, he said, "I'd like to get into radio," and I thought, well, you might need to have a little different voice than that. No, I didn't say anything. I said, "Yeah," and I decided to give him a shot at going on the air, and I said, "How would you like to read a commercial?"
That was nice of you.
He said, "Yeah, I would like to do it." And it was a commercial for a real estate company. I never thought I would forget the name of the company. But I gave him the script and said, "Go into the larger studio." And so we went in. Now, he didn't know that I could throw it and listen to him read it. And I'm trying to think, because the name of the real estate company is crucial to this story.
Well, was it Traders or Jim Maloof? Century
it was a company-
21.
It was a company in Pekin,
Oh,
CNR.
and it would be, well, let's call it Winnegar's.
okay.
Okay. And Winnegar's Real Estate. It'll come to me in about 2 hours. And
Yeah.
at any rate, I was listening to him read it, and he kept calling it Winnegar's. And I thought, well, I got to correct him. And so I went in the studio, put a song on, and went into the studio, and I said, that, by the way, is Winnegar's, not Winnegar's. And he said, okay. And he kept saying, Winnegar's. I said, I went back in, I said, don't forget, it's Winnegar's. And I said, when you see the light go on, it says on the air, you'll be on the air. And that's when, and I'll give you the finger, pardon the expression. So sure enough, I threw the switch on and gave him the finger. And right away, he called it Winnegar's. Gosh, I could remember what it is. And after he said it, he realized he mispronounced it right away. And he looked at me, and he gave me the expression that a train was about ready to hit him. And his eyeballs were as big as pineapples. And when he got done, I played the song, and he came into the studio, and he says, thanks a lot, I don't think I'll go into radio.
That was it?
That was it, yeah.
Well,
that was enough.
Do you know what he did? Well, he probably had a pretty good career then. But do you know what?
Yeah, probably.
Do you know what he
went
did?
on to make money?
He went on
Yeah.
to have a real job then.
The name is on the tip of my
Oh,
tongue,
shoot.
and it was
stick
a
your tongue
well-known.
out
Yeah. Would you look at it?
He gave us a finger, he stuck his tongue out.
Yeah. What more do you want early in the morning? How'd you get started in radio, Terry? How old were you? 40, 45?
16,
started?
17,
17? What station was it?
WCBU.
Really? Where?
I went down to the
Up at
Bradley.
Brad-
It was at
On the
Bradley.
campus?
And I went down there during Thanksgiving break. And they needed on there because all the kids went home for school. And
So you got paid?
no. Well, wait a minute. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No, it was volunteer. I've never made any money in this business.
No, neither have I. As a matter of fact, I turned in my tax return. Matt Wall looked at me and said, why are you still on the air? You lost money last year.
You lost money.
Yeah.
So it was really weird because they played the classical music.
Yes,
You know,
they
I
did,
played
yeah.
Chopin and all those guys.
Yeah, Henry Chopin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what the heck I was doing. And then from 8 to 8:30 it was live, and 9 to 9:30.
Really?
Yeah, so I had 2 half-hour slots that I could do something.
Okay, what did you do?
I don't remember. And
Did you play Chopin or
no, I don't know.
Debussy?
I can't remember what I did. But I was like 16 years old. It was really weird. But it was, you know what, it taught me a lot. It taught me how to run a board, run the equipment and things. And you had to time it out. You had to, I think there was a national news hooked with it back then, maybe.
Oh, yeah. If
You had
you
to hit the
had the
news.
news, it was, you got to pay attention to the clock. Now,
Yeah.
I do here, but I don't have, there are no time constraints.
Right.
There have been mornings where we've had a great interview going, and I just skipped the news.
Just blow it
Yeah.
off, yeah. Yeah, it's...
No hard breaks.
when
Yeah,
you've got to back
yeah,
into a
you're
time
right.
like that, it's difficult. But I did, it taught me a lot, because then later on, I worked for a lot of different stations, but I did a lot of commercials. I did a lot of voiceovers.
Oh, you got a good voice.
And,
When I first met you, you didn't have this voice.
No, I didn't. No,
Hi, my name's Terry Grawey, and I'd like a job. You've done a little dabbling in radio, haven't you, Mike Dentino?
theater, a lot of theater.
I mean, theater, yeah, but radio, not so much. I got into radio because I met a guy at a breakfast a few years ago.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. And little did you know that I was hard up.
Well, if you're putting me on the air, you're at the bottom of the barrel there.
No. You and your dad, you talk about 2 peas in a pod.
Yeah.
What's the old saying? The apple doesn't fall
Yeah.
far
Fall from the
from the applesauce.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he had 18 years of exclusive training. He was pretty much the only one that told me to, what I was stepping and fetching. So, it's, plus when you've got an example, I mean, like they say, use what you brung.
The difference between you and your dad, and we've talked about that before.
Height.
Your dad.
Well, I'll tell you that story in a minute.
Your dad was a little on the quiet side in his personal life.
Yeah.
I've told the story about how we had breakfast at Maid-Rite over at the Metro Center, and you had George Shadid and Pete Van Aken and Royce and myself and your dad, and everybody was talking over each other and so forth.
Yeah.
And your dad just sat there. And in the beginning, I thought, well, he's not feeling well. But he was not one to perform. God love him. Royce was performing 24/7.
24/7,
Yeah.
right.
He
right.
rarely would sit back and listen to George Shadid or Kevin Lyons or Pete Van Aken. But your dad was just the opposite.
No, I mean, the thing of it is, that was true at home too. I mean, one of his favorite jokes was talking about how at dinner time at the table, even the dog had to signal for a fair catch. But I mean, that was kind of the conversation because everybody wanted to say something.
Yeah.
Everybody, I mean, even if it was just pass me the bread. But yeah, I mean. It wasn't a quiet table at dinner.
Well, not with 10 kids.
Except for the end Dad was sitting at.
Yeah.
I worked with his dad once a year for several years.
Really? What was the event?
The event was the Easter Vigil at St. Thomas, which is a long mass. I mean, they run through all the sacraments. If it went much longer, they'd have to go last rites because somebody was dropping.
Dead.
What was it, a 3-act play?
Yeah, it was. We read that passage where there's a female reader, a male reader, the priest read, and the voice of God.
No, who played the voice of God?
Well, I did.
You did, yeah. I could see.
I was in the back because obviously they couldn't see me. So I don't look like God.
Well,
believe it or not, I don't look
You don't
like
look
God.
anything like Morgan Freeman.
No.
Yeah, you look like one of the Three Stooges, to be honest with you. And what are you laughing about, Mike?
God.
Oh, yeah. Well,
But your dad had come in and we'd have to rehearse this.
The three of us put together could not make a hairpiece.
no. That's. I mean, we're better off as an ad for
Pawn
Simon
shop.
Eyes or wax. Yeah.
With chrome domes.
Yeah, at one time, and I don't mind saying, I used to wear a hairpiece.
Yeah.
And
Really? See, that would bug the hell out of me. You did that. How long did you do that?
well, quite a number of years, as a matter of fact, and this is the truth. My wife suggested it.
Oh.
I didn't come up with the idea.
Then I think you would do it.
And I thought, well, if she thinks it is. And I will tell you that it was well done. But I became the butt of a lot of Royce's jokes.
Oh.
Like Royce said, when Roger needs a haircut, he drops it off at 9 and picks it up at 4.
What breed dog did they use?
German Shepherd.
Okay, it was a shepherd piece.
Yeah,
Okay.
the Scottish Terrier had too many.
It was too curly.
Yeah.
And I remember one day I was reading the weather, and I said, wind gusts up to 50, and Roy says, you better not go outside, Roger.
Oh, my.
But it got to be a mess. You had two ways of doing it. One where you had tape, and you would take it off at night.
You tape it on your head?
Yes. And,
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And 3M tape from Menards.
Sir,
or
no,
Menards.
no.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Is there weight tape? Is there...
And then they had a bond, a glue.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
And,
What'd you use? What was your...
I bonded it. It lasted longer.
The glue?
Because the
Okay.
problem with taking it off with tape, you sometimes didn't put it on right. I remember one day, one of my ears was covered and the other was
That ear was awful warm that day.
I can't hear anything on my left side.
yeah, would you get on the other side?
Oh, my.
Oh.
Well, at any rate, that's enough local news.
Yeah, it's enough local news.
Let's get into what we normally do, and that's bring you... We'll start with a check of the weather this morning, brought to you by Spoon River Home Health, making a difference in the lives of their folks they serve. They've been around helping people in their homes since 1993. You can reach them 24/7 at 309-245-0723. Weather-wise today, not a bad day. It'll be partly sunny. Possible showers after 4 this afternoon, the high 74 degrees. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms after 10 p.m. with a low 51. Tomorrow, not as warm, a high of 61 with showers. Cloudy on Saturday, 64 the high, and Sunday, cloudy and 76. Right now, we're at the double nickel, 55 degrees. Let's get into the news with Mike and Terry this morning.
Thank you, Roger. Well, Pekin police announced the arrest of 46-year-old Keith Brackett, charging him with the murder of 13-year-old Robert B. Jr. in November of 2016. Brackett is accused of strangling the young teen after he skipped school and wound up in the home of Brackett. Officials said the man hid the body of the boy in a wooded area he maintained off Route 29 in Tazewell County. Brackett was arrested in Bangor, Maine, ending a long and intensive investigation.
And it took 2 years to bring justice for a 5-year-old little boy who was seriously injured by his father, 31-year-old Carl Rogers, Jr. The boy testified during the trial and used a stuffed animal to describe how he was physically abused by his father, resulting in a brain injury. It happened in April of 2024 in a house in the 1000 block of East Paris Avenue in Peoria Heights. Rogers was sentenced to 18 years in prison.
Shades of Jimmy Lynch, Hell Driver.
Do you remember him?
No.
No, you guys don't remember
I think
that.
I might be a little young for him.
Yeah, okay.
Jimmy
But,
Lynch, Hell Driver.
He was appeared at the Mount Holly racetrack years ago. The driver of an SUV seeking to elude Peoria police wound up on that part of Kickapoo Road under construction. The driver tried to leap over a partially demolished bridge.
no.
Shades of Dukes of Hazzard.
yeah.
But it didn't work. It plunged into a ravine. Everyone in the vehicle fled, except for the unidentified driver, who went to the hospital.
Oh, jeez. The ceasefire continues in the war with Iran, but the war of words gets worse. Iran has issued the United States and Israel a 10-point ultimatum to keep this Strait of Hormuz open. Officials of the Trump administration called the ultimatums ridiculous, though Trump said he could join with Iran in charging companies to a fee to allow ships to pass through the water passage.
Iran is unhappy that Israel is conducting airstrikes against Hezbollah in Lebanon while the U.S. has hit 300 targets in Iran. Iranian officials complain both countries are violating the terms of the ceasefire, though it also launched missiles and drones at Israel. So there's enough to go around.
Yeah, that's right. Your turn.
Yeah.
Your turn. Speaking in Hungary, Vice President J.D. Vance warned Iran to keep its end of the ceasefire agreement. If not, Vance suggested they would be on the receiving end of a horrific military air attack that will include major economic sanctions.
In this country, Democrats are targeting President Trump with verbal assaults, some extremely vitriolic, as they promote efforts to remove him from office, like what else is new? The White House has responded by noting such actions harm the president's efforts to bring peace and provide support for Iran, where leaders have reportedly executed 45,000 of its own people.
Wall Street likes the news of the ceasefire. The Dow Industrial Average soared over 1,300 points, closing at 47,909. Caterpillar increased $47 a share to $771.58. There were huge rallies in both the Nasdaq and the S&P 500. The price of oil dropped to a little over $94 a barrel, but so far no drop in the price of gas. But it's coming, say economic experts, and we hope so. For
Well-
something I paid the other day?
Yeah, well, diesel's even
Yeah.
worse, so
Yeah.
I'm having
yeah.
kittens over that. But
Oh.
hey, it is what it
Yeah,
is.
it is.
Local nurseries selling mulch received some bad news from the city yesterday, but good news for citizens. Peoria's Public Works Department announced it's giving away free all the mulch you need.
Oh.
The free giveaway will be held twice. The first time Saturday, April 25th, and the second time Saturday, May 2nd. Come one, come all from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Public Works Campus, 3505 North Drees Lane. Such a deal.
Yeah, it is. You know, Rick,
Yeah.
all the mulch you need. And I think I heard a commercial or saw a commercial on television from one of the nurseries about now available mulch, but it's not free.
No,
Oh.
it's not. I mean, I tell you what, I already marked that on my calendar. I'm showing up twice with my big trailer.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I need some around the house. You know, I can't use that, though. I was going to do some landscaping down in Florida, and I told the neighbors, you know, and I like the mulch because after a few years, you know, the ground gets really good.
Yeah.
And they said, you can't use that down here.
Why not?
Termites.
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking of the same thing.
Yeah.
While you were talking about mulch,
Yeah.
I thought, how do they avoid the possibility of
You know,
termites?
so do you know what they
But
use?
people have been using mulch for years.
Not in Florida. You know what they use? Pine needles.
Yeah.
You buy big rolls of these pine needles, and that's what you use for the landscape cover. And
Yeah, North Carolina, the same thing. They sell
Pine
like
needles?
big bales of pine needles.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Do they stick? I mean, do you have to
No.
wear gloves to deal with it?
No,
I don't know. I haven't done it.
they're fairly soft. I mean, and these aren't like short little like Fraser fir pine needles. These are like 4.5, 5 inches long.
Okay.
So yeah, they're. I mean, I don't know that I'd want to walk around in it all the time.
Barefoot,
But,
No,
yeah.
But you don't mulch either.
No. No.
All right, that's a look at some of the stories we are following this morning. We get more news, the most comprehensive news in Peoria Radio right here. And this portion of our news report brought to you by Kyle Varno, providing personal and business insurance for auto, home, life, and health. Kyle, you know, works with all kinds as a broker, insurance companies to find the right policy at the right price for individuals, families, and businesses. And you reached Kyle today by phone at 309-682-0519. That number once again, if you have pencil and paper, 682-0519.
From the WCBU Newsroom, I'm Courtney Conroy. Peoria Mayor Rita Ali says the city is working on establishing a strategy to address housing needs. Ali says Peoria will launch a new incentive to build interest in pursuing affordable housing projects.
We have over 1,000 residential vacant lots. We are willing to give these properties away for free for those interested in putting money toward developing housing.
City leaders will host a Moving Housing Forward open house on April 22nd at the Gateway Building. The City of Washington is exploring the idea of changing its logo to remove an image of George Washington. A focus group involved with an ongoing rebranding effort thinks it's time for a change that's more representative of modern-day Washington. Alderperson Bobby Martin III disagrees.
If it's something where it's like, no, we want to get rid of George Washington altogether, then I think that's weird, and I'll probably be a hard no on this.
A silhouette of George Washington's face has been in the logo for years. Washington spokesperson Amanda Roberts says it's outdated. Illinois House Republicans have proposed a 6-month pause on the gas sales tax. Lawmakers say they want to lower gas prices, which has risen above $4 a gallon. State Representative Ryan Spain of Peoria says Illinois puts more of a burden on drivers with 2 taxes on fuel.
We imposed a motor fuel tax across the state. That was adjusted 7 years ago now in 2019. But then we imposed a sales tax on top of that motor fuel tax.
Eliminating the tax would reduce the price by 5 cents per gallon. And Illinois Republicans are calling on their Democrat colleagues and Governor J.B. Pritzker to work with them on property tax reform. Capital News Illinois reports Republicans blame higher property taxes across the state on Democratic policies and unfunded school mandates. Pritzker has said school districts bear part of the responsibility for continuing to raise property taxes despite increased funding from the state. Republican State Representative Dan Ugasti says his bill would create a program to award grants for property tax relief to school districts in exchange for limiting tax increases. I'm Courtney Conroy.
All right, Courtney, thank you very much. We'll talk a little bit more about George Washington being outdated. Maybe what they need to do, he wore a wig. Yeah. Yes, he did. He was called Chip Off the Old Block. Let's check the WAZU scoreboard. Since Dr. Gene Sidler is on assignment in Florida, the Cubs beat Tampa Bay last night 6-2, winning the 3-game series 2-1. Strange play. Listen to this, sports guys. Strange play in the bottom of the ninth. The leadoff hitter for Tampa Bay singled, stowed second. Now, remember, his team is behind 4 runs. He's on second. He decided to, with no benefit whatsoever, no advantage to sealing third, he tried to seal third, and he was thrown out. Talk about dumb and
Well, you get
dumber.
closer to home. You're
Well,
closer
you're
to
right. He was closer to home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except he was out.
home. Well,
So, talk about dumb. In other Major League action, the White Sox lost to the Orioles 5-3. The Sox now 4 wins and 8 losses. So they're picking up where they left off last year. Last time we heard Dr. Sidler's on suicide watch, but they'll come back, so stick with them. The St. Louis Cardinals defeated Washington 6-1. Jordan Walker hit a solo home run in the 5th. The Cards are 7-5 now in the season, ahead of the last place Cubs, who are 6-6, playing .500 ball. The Yankees have the best record in baseball so far, 8 wins and 2 losses after they beat the A's 3-2. Let's turn to the NBA. The Bulls were off last night. They played tonight against the Wizards. The Blackhawks were also off, and they play the Hurricanes at home tonight, of course, on home ice. How about the Chiefs? Well, they lost a thriller last night. Are you ready for this? Mm-hmm. They lost 13-1. Wasn't that a thriller?
13.
Yeah.
Oh,
And of all things, they lost to the South Bend Cubs. Maybe the South Bend Cubs might be playing up in Wrigley Field. And finally, the Masters golf tournament begins today without, are you ready for this? Mm-hmm. Tiger Woods, Mike Dentino, and Terry Grawey.
Well,
all 3 of them.
I was never on there, but
Yeah.
what's a Tiger in jail?
Yeah.
No, I think he's.
No, he's in rehab in Hawaii, I'm suspecting.
Oh, really?
No,
Yeah.
they said he was. Oh, the article I read on that said he was going somewhere out of the United States.
Well, I threw in Hawaii as
I'm
somewhat.
not sure what that is and what he's rehabbing for this time.
What?
Oh, he's rehabbing. He's on painkillers.
Well,
Oh, is that what it was?
Well, that's
I
what
thought
they
he was
found.
A drinker. Oh.
They, well, that might be in the mix as well. But
That's too bad. I mean,
when he was arrested, he had 2 painkiller pills in his pocket, and
yeah.
they gave him a sobriety test, which he, I guess, failed.
That's too bad. You know,
yeah,
they got a
it is
problem,
too bad,
but he's
you
getting
know.
help, so there you go.
What are you eating this morning? It looks like
don't know.
birdseed.
Yeah, I think it is. It was dark
I
this
thought
morning.
it looked like mulch to me.
It's some kind of
Yeah, it's free mulch from
I'm not
Grease
sure
Lane.
what it is. You could try it. It's
Well, I don't want to try something that's in a plastic bag.
well, no.
What do you
no,
think
I
you
put
are?
it in a, well, 'cause it was
Thank
in a great
goodness
big,
it's not white.
Jeez, no, because it was in a great big bag. I didn't want to bring the whole big
Well, bring
bag.
the whole bag in. You know,
Why
there's some other
Well,
people here besides me.
Yeah, but you guys don't eat the weird stuff.
Oh, yes, I do.
Oh,
Well, try
yeah.
it then. Try it. It's
Oh, I don't know.
it's a I can't
What
remember
is
the brand name.
what's the caterpillar doing in there?
Well, he's just eating.
He's not a caterpillar, it's a mealworm.
Yeah, what is that? What is that joke that your dad and Royce used to tell about the guy calling the waiter over and he says, "What's this fly doing in my soup?" And he
think it's
said,
the
"The backstroke."
Yeah.
What's your next question?
Yeah. Oh.
Well, it's a mix of healthy stuff,
It's like
nuts.
yeah, it was a thing that my wife bought. It's a.
You're somewhat of a health nut, aren't you?
Well,
really?
no,
Because some of
I
the
should
things
be
that you
more-
bring in.
I try. I try, but
Well, you're
I,
in pretty good shape. You're not overweight, are you?
Well, I don't know what. No, I am a few. I could just.
Well, we
lose a
all
few.
could lose.
Yeah.
I'd like to lose 10 pounds. I thought about going to that sauna bellow where they drill a hole into your
No, they don't
stomach.
drill a hole. No,
and,
you mean the ice thing?
Yeah, and then they.
Oh, you're talking about liposuction. No, you wouldn't have
Yeah,
liposuction.
and
There's an ice thing too.
I decided not to try it when I saw the equipment they use is from Hoover.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
well,
that's.
It's a suction sucker.
It's, hey, you know, if you
The
can
pictures
Hoover it
look-
all out.
Yeah, but you know, you got to admit, the pictures they show of before and after, I don't know whether or not, what do they call it when they change the picture? There's a technique they use.
Or they Photoshop it.
Yeah, Photoshop, yeah. But there's one woman that she was, it's hard to explain.
She was a big one.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what.
She was tons of fun.
The change before and after was
Really?
I wonder where did it all go?
Well, yeah, it may have gone down to the local barbecue joint for crackers.
I'm sorry I brought this up.
No.
Our news this morning brought to you by Sanabello. Not really. As the service of Morton Community Bank's over 50 branches across central and northwestern Illinois, offering a full range of personal and business banking services. Hometown Bank's FDIC insured. That is to make sure that you realize your deposits are safe and secure. Look for the clock tower, and you know they have time for you. And we have more news from Mike Dentino.
Thank you, Roger. Pekin police announced the arrest of 46-year-old Keith Brackett, charging him with murder of the 13-year-old Robert B. Jr. in November of 2016.
When you hear stories like this, where this 13-year-old kid apparently took off, ran from a truant officer, and went to this guy's house where he had been numerous other times, when you hear what this guy did to this 13-year-old kid, I tell you what, that's why I believe in the death penalty. If he's found guilty, that guy doesn't deserve.
he just
when you
didn't-
start
he just-
children, young,
I mean, there are
people.
some people that are truly irredeemable.
right? That's a good way to put it.
I mean,
Mike.
your choices are to warehouse them
for the
and-
rest of their lives.
for the rest of their lives, and I don't know. There are certain crimes I just think you can't come back from.
Oh, I know. How about that serial killer? How many women did he kill?
There have been. I mean, people like Gacy.
Hiraman.
Yeah.
The newest one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
8. I think he
8 women.
well,
Yeah.
convicted of 7, but he said there was really 8.
Yeah.
yeah.
Now
no,
this guy's a sicko, and
Well, yeah.
there is no mental health procedure or therapy that can change that guy other than 220 volts.
Yeah.
Did you see his sentence? I can't remember how many years, but part of his sentence is he also has to talk with, I think, the profilers, the FBI
Right.
profilers. And have you seen that show?
No.
That is it called Manhunter?
Yeah.
Yeah. Great show. It's about the FBI. You know,
The guy in the profilers, how they developed it.
they
into
interviewed
a
all
science.
these
Bad people.
all these serial killers, and the people that they had playing the serial killers were dead ringers
Oh,
for the
yeah.
real person. It
Yeah.
was
Really?
it was amazing. Yeah, but they talked to like 5 or 6 of them, the BTK killer and Charles Manson and a few
Well,
others.
anyway,
It was weird.
They say, well, the death penalty is not a deterrent. Well,
Well,
what is?
I mean, whether it's a deterrent or not, I mean, I think the serial killers are just so profoundly,
Evil.
profoundly evil, profoundly sick.
Yes.
I don't know that there is a deterrent for those people, but
Electrocuting them or giving, well, that's too harsh. You know, you can't use harsh methods to people who brutalize women and children.
Well, you just have to take a more, cerebral take on it. And I
How
would
about a
suggest
the
40.
ball bat?
My favorite would be the 45 caliber craniotomy.
Wow.
That's too quick.
Wow.
Well, but it is quick, it's inexpensive, and it's effective.
Well, that's true.
So,
Yeah, you just
you
tell
know,
the guy to close your eyes.
yeah. Well,
This
don't
program is brought to you by the Billy Graham Crusade.
either that or Colt.
Yeah, Colt 45. Yeah. Sorry, Terry, quit interrupting him while he's doing the news.
I didn't say a word. It was you.
Oh, okay.
Hey, he is the one paying for the electricity here.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that's
I guess
true.
you have to allow it.
You got to allow it.
Anyway, getting back to brass tacks.
Yes, would
here.
you?
Brackett is accused of strangling the young teen after he skipped
Terrible.
school and wound up at the home of Brackett. Officials said the man hid the body of the boy in a wooded area that he maintained off Route 29 in Tazewell County. Brackett was arrested in Bangor, Maine, ending a long and intensive investigation. It took 2 years to bring justice for a 5-year-old little boy who was seriously injured by his father, 31-year-old Carl Rogers Jr. The boy testified during the trial and used a stuffed animal to describe how he was physically abused by his father, resulting in a brain injury.
Now, you're an attorney, and again, I'm interrupting you. Is that unusual to have a child testify? Now, it happened when he was 5, and now he's 7 years old.
Right.
Having him recreate that, was that really necessary?
Well, is it necessary? Oftentimes not, but it's very effective with a jury. Some children, tender age children, oftentimes people wonder, well, how can you believe them? But I mean, there's a couple schools of thought on that. One is that children don't make this stuff up, and although children can be coached, most of the time children are very
Can be very
guileless.
articulate.
Well, they can be very articulate. They can oftentimes using a prop like a doll or a stuffed animal can be very effective, allowing them to demonstrate what happened where
to them,
words fail them.
What I worry about is having the child relive the experience in front of a.
Right.
Right.
I don't know. Can the judge
Well,
remove people from
oftentimes
the
they
courtroom?
do.
A lot of times
And
they do.
I
Yeah.
hope that was done.
Oftentimes, what they'll do is they'll have the testimony videotaped and play the videotape for the
see.
jury, where the child is in a very supportive environment and not in a courtroom, which would be very, very difficult for most children to be in a forum
Difficult
like
for
that.
adults. I mean,
Absolutely. I appeared once in a trial at the courthouse, and I thought I was going to the electric chair. I mean, it's very anxiety producing.
It
I
is
was on a
very-
jury, and I felt a little weird.
Yeah.
At times. It was,
Well, but I mean that's one of the reasons why jury trials can be very effective at sussing out the truth, because very few people have the capability of lying credibly in front of 12 ordinary people.
Well, in front of a
courtroom.
whole room, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was there just for overtime parking.
Well, I bet you didn't do that again. Anyway, this happened back in April of 2024 in a house in the 1000 block of East Paris Avenue in Peoria Heights. Rogers was sentenced to 18 years in prison. The driver of an SUV seeking to elude Peoria police wound up on a part of Kickapoo Road that was under construction. The driver tried to leap over a partially demolished bridge, but it didn't work. It plunged into a ravine. Everyone in the vehicle fled, except for the unidentified driver, who went to the hospital. The ceasefire continues in the war with Iran, but the war of words gets worse. Iran has issued the United States and Israel a 10-point ultimatum to keep the Strait of Hormuz open. Officials of the Trump administration called the ultimatum ridiculous, though Trump said he would join with Iran in charging companies a fee to allow ships to pass through the water passage. Iran is unhappy with Israel, or unhappy that Israel is conducting airstrikes against Hezbollah in Lebanon, while the U.S. has hit 300 targets in Iran. Iranian officials complain both countries are violating terms of the ceasefire, though it has also launched missiles and drones at Israel. Wall Street, however, likes the news of the ceasefire. Dow Industrial Average soared over 1,300 points, closing at 47,909. Caterpillar increased $47 a share to $771.58.
Good for you, Mike.
Oh, my Lord. My father is spinning in his grave right now. There were huge rallies in both the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. The price of oil dropped to a little over $94 a barrel. We'll see what happens as we proceed forward today. That's it, Roger.
All right, let's check the weather. And as the weather warms, we've been talking about that, so does the interest for a lot of people, a lot of couples looking at making a change in where they live. And this is a good time to start. The weather's getting better, and we have a suggestion that as you think about looking at making a change in where you live, talk to Realtor Kathy Reynolds of Home Smart. She's available and happy to assist you in your search. Kathy's available at 309-696-2162. That's 696-2162. And today would be a good day to go start looking at some available homes in the central Illinois area because it'll be partly sunny, at least until around 4 this afternoon when we are possible showers in the air. The high today is 74 degrees. Tonight showers and thunderstorms after 10 p.m. Overnight low 51. Tomorrow not as warm, 61 with showers, cloudy Saturday 64, and Sunday cloudy and 76. And right now our temperature at 55 degrees. And there you have the news and the weather at the bottom of the hour, the most comprehensive in morning radio, right here at WACU FM 90.7 and also on YouTube. You know, there's a story that's breaking on cable news that the historians are challenging a recent memorandum from the Department of Justice declaring the decades-old Presidential Records Act as unconstitutional. You know, I've never seen anyone get so sued by so many different people. And this Donald Trump, who probably is the most accomplished businessman ever to occupy the White House. I mean, he is, he's got his own personal jet. He is so wealthy, he says, I don't want a salary, and he donates it, I think, to charity. And yet people hate the guy, and I guess it's one of those envy types of dislike because he has been so gosh dang successful. And how many presidents had a record of business success?
No.
Well,
The closest might be George Bush, who didn't he own
Jimmy
Texas?
Carter. Jimmy Carter was a peanut
He had a
farmer.
peanut farm.
Right.
Yeah.
right.
But that's
But, you know, you don't have that many presidents that were successful businessmen.
No, they're career
before.
politicians.
They're mostly
Yeah.
career politicians.
right.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Jimmy Carter is probably the closest to a non-professional politician or career politician
Yeah.
that we've had. I mean, you could make an argument that Reagan was probably a little closer to that too.
Yeah.
I mean, he was he wasn't a businessman. He was an actor, and then was president of Screen Actors Guild for a long time.
And a Democrat
And a
initially.
Demo-
yeah.
governor.
Well-
Was he a governor?
Yeah, he was governor of California. So, I mean, they were outside the or further outside the career politician realm than most of the other people. I mean, you could say, well, gee whiz, Truman was a failed haberdasher, so maybe he was a businessman too.
Is that what he did?
Well, that's what
But
they
he
used
was
to
a career
claim.
politician too.
Well,
wasn't
the
he?
Clintons, no, they didn't do anything.
No, they didn't. I mean, they
No.
I mean, they did the governor thing first, but still,
They didn't have a job. They didn't.
yeah. I mean,
They never worked
No.
8 to 5.
Yeah.
I mean, no. Well, Hillary. I mean, she was she. Both of them were lawyers at one time, but she was part of the Watergate. She was a minion in the Watergate prosecution,
Right.
which I think gave her insights on how all this, how all the levers and other parts of politics works behind the scene.
And Washington was a general, and Eisenhower was a general.
Yeah.
What did the big guy? What did Lyndon Johnson do? What did he do?
Well, he was. I think
Was
he
he a
was
career?
a
Yeah, he
career
was a career
politician.
politician.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
He
I
never
think
worked, he never-
Lyndon's
No.
big thing was he knew. I think he may have owned a backhoe because he certainly knew where all the bodies were buried.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
Hillary was in the carpet business too, wasn't she?
Yeah, carpet bagging.
No, no. You remember? Didn't she have a male acquaintance that was found dead, rolled up in a carpet
Oh,
in
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Washington D.C.?
I mean,
A lot of people.
there were a lot of people
died
that-
around them.
Yeah, the Clintons were not a couple that you wanted to spend a lot of time with.
No.
Because too many of the people who spent time around them ended up pushing up the daisies.
Unless you had an island. You could,
Well, yeah, then you ended up in a carpet in the water.
where
somewhere.
exactly was Epstein's Island?
I don't know.
Oh, Epstein.
I've never been there, Raj. I don't know.
No, I haven't either, but it was on the news. In the
Yeah,
news.
I don't know where it
and,
is.
No, it's in the Caribbean somewhere.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
know.
I want to say like Little St. John's or.
I think that was the name.
Yeah, I think that's. Oh, well, let me
I don't
take
know.
a look. I have already actually. I just happen to have my map.
Looked like a
quest
nice
thing.
place.
Well, yeah. Oh, let's see. I wonder if I put in here Epstein's Island.
Or is that, what's his name's island? Who else has a, what's the computer guy? The rich computer guy. He bought an island.
Okay.
Name escapes me now.
Whatever.
No match. If I put in Epstein Island, it says no matching.
I put something in that says Island.
Baby, when I met you, there was peace unknown. I set out to get you with a fine tooth comb. I was soft inside. There was something going on. You do something to me that I can't explain. Hold me closer and I feel no pain. Everything in my heart, we got something going on. Tender love is blind. It requires a dedication. All this
just you should have tuned in. Yeah.
I heard something that Barbara Walters actually asked her in a very diplomatic way, is everything about you real? We're similar to that.
Yeah.
And Dolly Parton said, yeah, you should have said, how about you, Babs?
Yeah.
That had to be almost insulting, wouldn't it? I mean,
well,
how
yeah, but
can you say it would be better if a woman asked her rather than you, Terry, saying, "Are you real?"
I know,
Dolly?"
but we've all thought it, right? I mean, she was just asking
Once
what
you
everybody
get
was.
this, we all.
Oh, come on,
well,
Rod.
yeah.
You never looked at it and thought, "Wow, are those real?"
No, I never.
Really?
Yeah. I've always liked Dolly
You,
Parton,
Mike?
but I've never
Sure, I
looked
mean-
at her as
I mean, yeah,
as.
I would have thought that well, the idea of augmented reality in terms of Dolly Parton, I think's crossed a lot of minds.
Yeah.
Really.
But
Wasn't it Carson who said, "I'd give a week's paycheck just to see those puppies"? He did. He did.
Well, you made
Johnny,
that up.
Johnny Carson has said
that's
a lot
a true
of,
story.
Yeah,
that's true.
he has crossed the line on a number of occasions.
He did say that, Roger. I didn't make that up.
Well, I would like to see the film on this one, but one of the stories I heard was,
Film at 10 o'clock.
yeah, I heard that Zsa Zsa Gabor was on the show at one time, and she brought her cat with her. And supposedly
Oh, no, be careful where you're going with this, okay?
she asked Johnny if he would like to
Yes, I know.
pet her cat,
Yes.
only using a different term.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, sure, move the cat.
That's, you know,
What was it, Arnold Palmer's wife?
wait a minute. Speaking of pets,
Remember that one?
Today's Pet Tip is brought to you by Peoria Pet Crematory of Peoria and Lewiston, providing final care for family pets, large and small, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Their phone number is 713-1898. That's 713-1898. More information is available at peoriapetcrematory.com.
Pet lovers are dedicated to their animals, all species from horses to turtles and of course cats and dogs. If you are a pet lover, learn these little known, somewhat amazing facts about your pet. Hamsters are fun little pets that are easily found in most pet stores. They're cute, cuddly, enjoyable to watch and interact with, and they don't require a lot of space or supplies. Did you know the word hamster comes from the German hamstern, which means to hoard? Hamsters have expandable cheek pouches in which they carry food and bedding back to their burrow when they're in their natural habitats. Hamsters can be taught to come by name, and if properly fed and cared for, can live to the age of 4 years. It's good to take them out of their cage and exercise and play with them daily. Just be sure the cat and dog will not be around to attack the hamster. Behavior problems are far and few, but if you already own a hamster and he has begun biting when handled or is chewing on the bars of his cage, then you need to supply him with a hard dog bone treat. The little fellow is trying to trim his teeth, which are constantly growing. And speaking of trimming, you will need to clip his nails frequently as well. You will need to use baby fingernail clippers, however, and must be very careful not to make them bleed. That could be fatal. All things considered, they are wonderful, fun little pets for the children and you. This whisker of information has been made possible by a grant from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting in partnership with Spot, Saving Pets One at a Time, and KSBR Studios. Produced by Joseph C. McGuire and theme music by Stuardo Glasser.
Today's Pet Tip has been brought to you by Peoria Pet Crematory of Peoria and Lewiston, providing final care for family pets, large and small, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Their phone number is 713-1898. That's 713-1898. More information is available at peoriapetcrematory.com.
Thank you, Louis Linder, for our pet tip of the day. Did you look up and see how old Dolly Parton is? I thought that would be interesting to know.
Find that very quickly, I believe.
I believe Forever Drop of Rain. She is probably in her 80s. Would you
Oh,
not
at least
say?
I think. Well,
At
not-
least that?
I mean, she'll be
don't
90,
too hard.
but she's got to be.
I'm going to say 86. I don't know why.
Oh, that late? Oh, I'd say 84.
Okay.
She is 80 years old, born
80.
80. Oh, we were a
as
little
of
high.
January 19th of this year.
She had a birthday in January.
Let me see. Come on. Oh, hello. Come on, let's go.
She's still singing, isn't she?
Her date of birth is January 19th, 1946.
46. That was a very good year for.
I thought she was.
Dolly.
I actually would have thought she was a little older than that.
Is
but,
she married? Does she have a husband? Has she been married multiple times, like many performers?
I don't think she's been married multiple times.
I don't think she has either.
No.
I think she's been very. I do know that she and Kenny Rogers just seemed to have good chemistry.
Yeah.
When they sang together, and they did that on more than one occasion, they just they seemed a natural entertainment couple.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying. You know, I'm looking at this, and it goes on and on and on about when she first started performing. But she must keep a very low profile on her married
Oh,
life.
I
I'm
think
not
she
seeing
does. Yeah.
I'm not seeing anything on that. Okay.
The other, my other favorite country type singer was Barbara Mandrell.
Oh, yeah.
And we had her on when Royce and I did a show on WTAZ many years ago. He made arrangements because he opened for her.
Oh,
Barbara
really?
Mandrell in Las Vegas, yeah. And was with her quite a number of times, and he managed to arrange us to interview
Oh,
her
nice.
by phone, and she was absolutely delightful. And I kind of made fun or insulted Royce, and she thought I was serious and immediately went to his defense. Oh, no, she said, no, he's not like that. He's very
wow.
nice, etc. And he sat there and just grinned from ear to ear like, that'll teach you to take me on, pal, for that matter. But, yeah, she was, I believe, Barbara Mandrell. And didn't Kenny Rogers also appear at the Heart of Illinois Fair at one time? I think they both.
I think
know.
so.
I know he was. I know he performed at the Civic Center. He was one of the early artists. I was trying to think. It was a female singer who came to Peoria, and I'm trying to think what. Phil Salzer knows. Phil Salzer was on the board of the Heart of Illinois Fair for a number of years, and matter of fact, he used to pick up quite a few of the entertainers at the airport.
Oh, really?
Bring them to Peoria and settle them down. I think many of them stayed at, what they call that motel next to Van Auken's old place. There was a
Mark
motel.
Twain.
Oh, no.
No, that's
No.
downtown. This was the one by where the train used to be.
Geez.
What's the name of that?
That was.
What, was it called Van Auken's? I don't
No,
think
it wasn't
was.
called Van Auken's.
Wow, I forgot about that.
I can't
They had
think
a
of the name
motel
of it.
there.
It's
They
gone
did.
now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been
Oh,
gone.
everything is
Yeah,
gone.
everything's gone now, yeah.
Why'd they take the locomotive away?
I
That
don't
was
know.
Somewhat of a
It's at the museum,
time,
isn't
yeah,
it?
historic. Yeah, I think they took it out to
The Wheels of Time?
The Wheels of Time. Yeah.
I don't know why they got rid of it.
Yeah, we've done. We also took down Christopher Columbus. You know where Chris is now? I have no idea where
Chris
he
is gone. I mean, now
Where
it's
was he?
Yeah,
There's-
was at
at
Bradley
the top
Park.
of Bradley Park. Yeah, right.
And some people who are, of course, without sin, decided that he was. We have scripture describing these people. Those without sin throw the first stone.
Yeah.
And of course, those with sins said, "Oh, he's terrible, and we are wonderful."
Well, the only people who really got upset about it apparently were the Italians when they took that the Christopher Columbus monument down in Upper Bradley Park
Right.
there.
Yeah, that's who I'm
But
talking
now there's some there's something else there now. I haven't been by to see it.
Oh yeah, I heard some people describing it earlier this week as being really absolute terrible.
Well, we still have the Ingersoll statue.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Are we sure? Is he still there?
I
Well,
think
you know
he's
what.
still there. Yeah, they had a big fundraiser, not
For
big,
Ingersoll.
and to redo the bronze or something.
Didn't they name an aluminum siding company after him? Ingersoll's Aluminum?
I did not know that.
No, it wasn't
I
after
did-
him. It was the Ingersoll family. here
Oh, I
in
know.
Peoria, yeah. There was a guy by the name of Bruce Ingersoll. I believe he graduated from Woodruff Polytech.
Oh, I
You
yeah, I
remember
remember
Bruce
that name
Ingersoll?
now, yeah.
backing up a little bit, Roger, Dolly Parton was married to Carl Dean for 58 years.
Isn't that something?
An asphalt contractor. No, he passed away last year.
Whose fault? I'm
As-
sorry?
Asphalt.
Asphalt, yeah. That was very good, Terry.
Yeah.
Shot that right
I
over
don't know.
our heads there. All right, we're going to break for news, weather, and sports. We have a couple of guests coming in the next hour
coming
that
in?
you will enjoy. Peggy Ackes of Graceland, and a gentleman.
Graceland, where Elvis was?
You know, I want to ask her about using that title. That is a center for seniors that's located in what used to be the Grace Central Insurance Building. And
right down the street from
and
it.
she heads up. She is a registered nurse, a lovely lady.
Coming in to recruit us?
Yeah. She said
They should get you offering a place to stay finally.
She said we're creating a special room called the Bald Room.
the bald breakfast guys.
Trump is doing the ballroom, and she's doing the bald room.
Is it? Can we maybe talk her into calling it the Grand Ballroom?
Yeah. I don't think it'll be very difficult to get that job done. And Sheldon Katz, a wonderful leader of the Jewish faith in our community, he is going to talk about the Holocaust, and that
Okay.
is in the next hour.
His
So
wife
stay
Sue?
tuned. I don't know. We'll find out. Don't go away. And good morning, everybody. It's time for the news, weather, and sports on WAZU FM 90.7 in Peoria. Also on YouTube. Good morning, everyone. This is the time of the year some homeowners learn they have a roof that is leaking, and that's not good. And it also means it's time to call Hines Roofing. They are the roofing experts right here in Central Illinois because they've been replacing roofs, repairing roofs in Central Illinois for over, count them, 33 years. You can get a no-obligation inspection of your roof by calling Doug Hines at 309-672-0910. Quality work by quality people. And we have a quality weather forecast to share with you this morning. Partly sunny today, possible showers after 4 this afternoon. Today's high around 74 degrees. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms after 10 p.m. this evening. Overnight low 51. Tomorrow, not as warm. 61 with showers. Cloudy on Saturday, 64. Sunday, cloudy and 76. And right now, we are at 54 degrees. Time for the news with Mike and Terry. Gentlemen.
Thank you, Roger. Pekin police announced the arrest of 46-year-old Keith Brackett, charging him with the murder of 13-year-old Robert B. Jr. in November of 2016. Brackett is accused of strangling the young teen after he skipped school and wound up in the home of Brackett. Officials said the man hid the body of the boy in a wooded area he maintained off Route 29 in Tazewell County. Brackett was arrested in Bangor, Maine, ending a long and intensive investigation.
Well, it took about 2 years to bring justice to 5-year-old little boy who was seriously injured by his father, 31-year-old Carl Rogers Jr. The boy testified during the trial and used a stuffed animal to describe how he was physically abused by his father, resulting in a brain injury. It happened last April of 2024 in a house in the 1000 block of East Paris Avenue in Peoria Heights. Rogers was sentenced to 18 years in prison.
Well, shades of Jimmy Lynch, hell driver, who appeared at the Mount Holly racetrack years ago. The driver of an SUV seeking to elude Peoria police wound up on that part of Kickapoo Road under construction. The driver tried to leap over a partially demolished bridge, but it didn't work. It plunged into a ravine. Everyone in the vehicle fled except for the unidentified driver, who went to the hospital.
The ceasefire continues in the war with Iran, but the war of words gets worse. Iran has issued the United States and Israel a 10-point ultimatum to keep the Strait of Hormuz open. Officials of the Trump administration called the ultimatum ridiculous, though Trump said he could join with Iran in charging companies a fee to allow ships to pass through the water passage.
Iran is unhappy that Israel is conducting airstrikes against Hezbollah in Lebanon, while the U.S. has hit 300 targets in Iran. Iran officials complain both countries are violating terms of the ceasefire, though it also launched missiles and drones at Israel.
Speaking in Hungary, not speaking while hungry, Vice President J.D. Vance warned Iran to keep its end of the ceasefire agreement. If not, Vance suggested they would be on the receiving end of a horrific military air attack that will include major economic sanctions.
In this country, Democrats are targeting President Trump with verbal assaults, some extremely vitriolic, as they promote efforts to remove him from office. So what else is new? The White House has responded by noting such actions harmed the president's efforts to bring peace and provide support for Iran, where leaders have reportedly executed 45,000 of its own people.
Well, Wall Street likes this ceasefire thing. The Dow Industrial Average soared over 1,300 points, closing at 47,909. Caterpillar increased 47 bucks. They trade now for $771.58. There were huge rallies in both the Nasdaq and the S&P 500. The price of oil dropped to a little over 94 bucks a barrel, but so far, no drop in the price at the pumps. But it's coming, say economic experts. We hope so.
Local nurseries selling mulch received some bad news from the city yesterday, but good news for the citizens. Peoria's Public Works Department announced it's giving away free all the mulch you need. The free giveaway will be held twice. The first time, Saturday, April 25th, and the second time, Saturday, May 2nd. Come one, come all from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Public Works campus at 3505 North Drees Lanes. Such a deal.
I think if I was a nursery, I'd just get all my buds and trucks and go get it.
Well, you know,
Go get some.
If a bunch of hair nursery trucks show up, we'll know the fix is in.
Yeah.
You know, years and years and years ago, when I was building houses and stuff, I used to go to Pekin Hardwood in Pekin, Illinois,
Yeah.
and get mulch.
Yeah.
And they would take and just dump it in your truck for a couple of bucks, say thanks a lot.
Yes.
And then after about a year or so, I went out there, and Hare's got these semis out there, and they're taking all of it.
Oh, yeah.
And then selling it for $100 a truckload.
Yeah.
I'm going, I used to get this for like nothing.
Yeah, because Pekin Hardwood has they have a mill out there.
Oh,
So
they do.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
all the stuff that flies off their saw, and all the end pieces and all the little pieces they can't sell as wood. I mean,
That's interesting.
Run it through the chipper, and you got to do something with
But
it.
they couldn't get rid of it back then. People didn't landscape that much with
No.
they were using the pebbles and the rocks. And,
Right.
And so I, right on the edge there, say, hey, let's go get some of this stuff's pretty cheap. And then it just went through the roof.
Yeah, well then.
I used to use mulch, and when it gets old, I mean, it's bad.
Well, it's
And
good
what
for
do
the
you do?
ground.
It's good for the.
It's good for the dirt.
Yeah,
It's real
it
good
is.
Well,
black dirt.
pardon me, I didn't realize I was being so evil.
Well, Roger,
how do you
you're-
mean bad? It's a little rotted, or
Yes.
yeah, but see
And
those.
then you would see bugs and spiders coming out.
Well, and
saying,
worms. That's good for the ground.
Yeah, that's. I mean, Al
"Well, I
Al
don't give a
Gore.
damn about the ground.
Al Gore would be happy as hell with you. if
He
you
would,
were- Yeah, bugs and dirt and
Oh, yeah.
and smelly stuff.
Well, as a result
Yeah.
of that, I'm going to run out right away and get some mulch, because the last thing I want to do is offend Al.
Well, see that's part of the Al Gore
Syndrome.
syndrome.
Yeah.
Syndrome that actually is useful. I mean, everything else about him is
Now, wait a minute.
useless.
Now, you're not giving him credit for the internet.
That's true.
I mean,
Well,
he was the guy.
Yeah, but you know, I will give him credit for what was a Love Story.
Love
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, supposedly the script for Love Story is based on him and his wife.
Oh, come on.
I didn't know that.
Are you serious?
That's one of the things that came out of his mouth.
What channel are you watching?
The
my God.
Disturbed channel.
Oh, Mark,
My brother was in that movie.
your brother was?
Yes, he was.
What part did he play?
Just a guy standing there as Ally McGraw and
Robert Redford?
no O'Neill, wasn't it?
Ryan O'Neal.
Ryan
Ryan
O'Neill.
O'Neal,
As they walked out of that little bookstore and they walked across Harvard Square, my brother was there going to school, and he was standing in Harvard Square with a laundry bag over his shoulder. And
Your brother?
They walk right by him. You can't tell it's him. His back's to the camera, but
Well, so he
Is
didn't
he-
get paid.
Is he getting
no,
residuals?
no, he didn't get a thing.
What?
They just no.
A travesty.
Yeah, he wasn't a hired extra. They just it just happened while he was there.
That was hardly that was hardly worth telling.
I'd sue.
I'll never tell it again, Roger. I'll never say it.
I thought you were going to say you listen to what he said.
Well, it
My
was a-
brother was in the film.
Well, it was a
it
good
turned
story.
out
I mean, what's so-
his back was
Well,
in a crowd of 3,000.
Well, have you been in a major movie?
Yes, I was.
What?
Debbie Does Dallas.
I might want to keep quiet about that one.
Yeah. Well, he asked. You know,
I
it's
wouldn't
part of my
admit to
life.
that, Roger.
Yeah. I know. I'll do anything for a laugh. Well, just about everything. Let's move on.
Moving
Our
right
news
along.
brought to you by. Let's talk about the news from WCBU.
Okay.
Brought to you by Sam Lilly and Associates, providing a comprehensive range of insurance products, including personal auto, home life, and medical coverage. Sam specializes in Medicare plans and options, something he's been doing during his 40 years in the business. Sam knows insurance. You can learn more from Sam Lilly at 309-245-4374.
Courtney Conroy. Peoria Mayor Rita Ali says the city is working on establishing a strategy to address housing needs. Ali says Peoria will launch a new incentive to build interest in pursuing affordable housing projects.
We have over 1,000 residential vacant lots. We are willing to give these properties away for free for those interested in putting money toward developing housing.
City leaders will host a Moving Housing Forward open house on April 22nd at the Gateway Building. The City of Washington is exploring the idea of changing its logo to remove an image of George Washington. A focus group involved with an ongoing rebranding effort thinks it's time for a change that's more representative of modern-day Washington. Alderperson Bobby Martin III disagrees.
If it's something where it's like, no, we want to get rid of George Washington altogether, then I think that's weird, and I'll probably be a hard no on this.
A silhouette of George Washington's face has been in the logo for years. Washington spokesperson Amanda Roberts says it's outdated. Illinois House Republicans have proposed a 6-month pause on the gas sales tax. Lawmakers say they want to lower gas prices, which has risen above $4 a gallon. State Representative Ryan Spain of Peoria says Illinois puts more of a burden on drivers with 2 taxes on fuel.
We imposed a motor fuel tax across the state that was adjusted 7 years ago now in 2019. But then we imposed a sales tax on top of that motor fuel tax.
Eliminating the tax would reduce the price by 5 cents per gallon. And Illinois Republicans are calling on their Democrat colleagues and Governor J.B. Pritzker to work with them on property tax reform. Capital News Illinois reports Republicans blame higher property taxes across the state on Democratic policies and unfunded school mandates. Pritzker has said school districts bear part of the responsibility for continuing to raise property taxes despite increased funding from the state. Republican State Representative Dan Ugosti says his bill would create a program to award grants for property tax relief to school districts in exchange for limiting tax increases. I'm Courtney Conroy.
Good job, as always. Check in with sports. Ladies' first night on consider is Florida. Let's check the WAZU scoreboard in the beginning. The Cubs beat Tampa Bay last night, 6-2, winning the 3-game series, 2-1. Strange play in the bottom of the ninth. The leadoff hitter for Tampa Bay singled. He stole second. He was a very fast guy, and he wasn't as fast as he thought he was because the Tampa Bay Rays were behind by 4 runs, and this clown decided to try to steal third base, which would have been of little benefit when you're 4 runs behind, and he was thrown out at third. He was out dumb, and the manager just kind of shook his head. That was the end of the game? Yeah. No. It was the first out of the inning, and that pretty well snuffed out any chance for a comeback. Made it at least a little more difficult. Another major league action: the White Sox lost to the Orioles 5-3. Chicago now 4 wins and 8 losses, and it appears they're going to have another year like they did last year. But you never know. The whole season is ahead of them. St. Louis Cardinals defeated Washington 6-1. Jordan Walker, he's a huge guy, big kid, hit a solo home run in the 5th. The Cards winning 6-1, as we said. They are now 7 wins and 5 losses ahead of the last place Cubs, who are at 500 at 6-6. The Yankees have the best record in Major League Baseball so far, 8 wins and only 2 losses after beating the A's 3-2. And the Peoria Chiefs, as we talk about baseball last night, lost big time to the South Bend Cubs, 13-1.
Oh my!
That was a laugher, I guess you would call it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's.
Anyway, they'll try again tonight to beat the Cubbies of South Bend, 6:35, the first pitch. Let's turn to the NBA. Not much to report there. The Bulls were off last night. They've been off all season, as a matter of fact. But they play tonight against the Wizards. And in hockey, the Blackhawks are at home tonight against the Hurricanes. And finally, the Masters, the big tournament. Wouldn't you say this is the master of all golf tournaments?
Oh yeah,
It's the Masters. Yeah. And
I mean that's the epitome of golf, is getting that green jacket.
yeah, you know, you
Oh,
can get
that's
one of
the one,
those at Walmart. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, if I take one of my jackets, just leave it out in the weather for a while,
And it'll turn
through
green.
rainstorms.
What color is it?
Well, it's kind of just brown and stained at the moment, but
Look at what Terry Grawey has on. You're a clothes horse. You really
No,
are.
I just.
Yeah, you always have a good looking. Do you have a whole closet full of
I have a
sport
closet.
jackets?
No,
Well, I know you have
no,
that.
not a whole
And,
closet.
Yeah,
I have a
know
closet,
because you
I'm-
came out of the closet.
I
to
have
be
no,
here.
I didn't.
I usually hide in mine.
Yes. No, I don't have that many. Just a
Well,
few.
you always.
I thought it was going to be.
you're-
This is like a raincoat. This is.
Oh,
yeah.
is it really?
Yeah, yeah. So that's why, because there was going to rain today.
Well, you do, and you're color coordinated. You got a black.
Well, it was
fur
dark.
coat,
That was
and
luck
you
of the
got
draw.
a
That was-
gray on. And,
That was lucky.
And
'cause
you're
I was-
wearing sandals.
I went out.
Yeah,
I have
you
clocks.
yeah.
Or
Anyway,
Crocs, I mean.
the Masters. Before I was rudely interrupted.
I did. Well, you did it.
By myself. Will be playing without Tiger Woods, and
Yeah,
you know
sure.
what he has done historically for golf. No other golfer has done. You know, we had Sammy Snead. You know, he played in Peoria at one time.
Arnold Palmer. Jack Nicklaus.
Arnold Palmer, and look what Palmer did. He started a tea, didn't he?
Who?
Tea,
Yep.
iced tea.
Yeah.
What
Well,
is it with? Wasn't with lemon and iced tea?
No.
Well,
it's
it's lemonade, as a
lemonade
combination of
and-
lemonade
yeah,
and
iced
iced
tea.
tea. Yeah.
And it's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like it. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, when I have the opportunity, I'll iced tea.
Put a
I'll
little vodka in
lemonade
it.
my
It's-
iced tea a
It's
bit.
better. It's better with a little bit of vodka. But
Yeah, well,
But we will miss Tiger Woods. I'm sure he
well, he'll
was,
be back, don't you think?
yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
he just needs to take the cure again.
Yeah.
Again and
It's
again.
tough. He's got.
Did you see the picture the police took of him?
Yeah.
He did not.
No,
he
he did
looked
not
like
look good.
somebody in the 800 block of South Washington in Peoria.
He wasn't.
I felt
Yeah.
sorry for him.
Well, he looked like he ought to be residing in the Southside Mission.
I think you're right. Hey, I want to make a correction. We were referring to Jimmy Lynch, and he was a hell driver. But the guy that I saw, I used to sell popcorn at the Mount Holly Speedway, which is where Pioneer Park is now.
Right.
And it was a guy by the name of Lucky Lee Lott and the Hell Drivers.
Lucky
Oh.
Lee Lot.
Lucky
Yeah,
Lee Lott.
Lee Lott, yeah. And he was one of these guys that would have a ramp and then
Right.
some beat up cars
Oh, go over him.
and go over them.
Oh,
yeah.
geez.
Right.
And this is a true story. It's scared to live in daylight. I'm going to say I was maybe 12, maybe 14 years of age. I don't know how I got out to the Speedway, but I was selling popcorn. And it was an afternoon show. And they had a guy, I don't think it was Lee Lott, it was one of his stooges, I guess. He laid on the, and by the way, the show, I think, was sponsored by Nash Automobile Company.
Really?
Yeah.
There was one in town?
Well,
had to have been,
no,
right?
it wasn't the local, but we did have a Nash Rambler, and I think it was
Yeah.
Cornelius. Was that
Oh,
the
that's
right
right.
name?
That's
be.
right.
Cornelius,
Yeah, right.
But anyway, this
All right.
guy was on the hood, and he had a football helmet on, and on the track, they put a wall of wood, poured gasoline on it, and then lit it.
What?
Yeah. And so this guy's on the hood, hanging on just by himself, and the driver went through the wood, burning wood flew up in the air, and a board came down on top of the driver, and he reached around to brush it off, fell off the car ran over him, and
Jeez.
they had
How
to
drunk were these people?
well, they were called Lee Lott's Hell Drivers,
They're nuts.
and he was.
They had to be drinking. You don't do that sober.
Well,
no,
it helps.
The board wasn't supposed to come down on top of him. Okay.
Well, he was laying on the hood of a car that was going through a wall. That right
That's
there's
on fire.
enough.
Well,
But you don't realize they took precautions.
They drank.
They put a helmet on,
right, a football helmet.
and they
Get a
should
leather
have
helmet.
They should have put it on his butt.
God.
Oh, those
That's
guys
a
are
true
nuts.
story.
How
And
come
you
they
know,
don't-
I couldn't sell any popcorn after that.
How come they don't have good jobs like that anymore?
Yeah, how
Well,
come
you're
we can't
right.
see that anymore? I'd pay to see that.
Well, people did pay. Well, shoot,
Oh,
I remember
my.
when they had, and this is a true story, it's not a good story, but I'll tell it anyway. They used to have stock car races, and Les Snow was one of the big drivers, and I'm trying to think of the guy who was on
The
the Hall of
Strubies,
Fame.
the Strubies used to drive that a lot. The Strubie family,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
and I think they're still doing it this
Jerry
day.
Strube, Hank Strube,
Yeah.
you're right, Strube.
Yep.
You're exactly right. I do remember that. At any rate, a tire fell off one of the cars and rolled. Another car hit it, and it went in. I think it killed 2 people.
Went into the stands.
Yeah.
I remember that story. Yeah.
And that was absolutely terrible because there are no safeguards back in those days for
The track
people
down
in the
there on
crowd.
Farmington, no, they didn't have any
Oh yeah.
fences.
No,
or
I mean,
anything.
is there any safety stuff there now? I mean,
Not much.
Not much. But I mean, you still get a crowd out there.
Oh, you bet. Oh, they're great to watch. Absolutely, it's small town.
We were driving by one night, this with my wife, and it was going on. And I used to go as a kid with my dad.
Yeah.
Because he usually sponsored a car. He had an auto parts store, Peoria Auto Parts. So I said, hey, you never been to one of these? Let's go to this. So we went to it, and it was kind of interesting. And we were sitting in the stands, and as it was really kind of sunny out, right? But as it got dark and it got a little dusk, when the cars came around, there was this huge cloud of just dirt and stuff just coming up. It's like, oh my God, we've been sitting in this for an hour. We got home and walked in the house, and the kids are like, oh my God, where were you guys? We smelled like exhaust and dirt, and it was filthy. It was interesting. It was fun, but
it was an experience.
yes, it was.
My kid lasted one time going down to Peoria Speedway, and that was it for him. I think he's still traumatized by just the noise and the dust.
Oh,
and
yeah.
dirt.
We lived in Wardcliff off of Sterling for 35 years, and Saturday nights we could hear the cars racing.
yeah.
And then the county board passed a rule that no race could start after 10:30.
Right.
Well, they would start at 10:28.
Yep.
And
You can hear them out at the
could
corner
hear
of
'em.
Knoxville and 150.
you
Oh,
could
yeah.
do
On a
that.
I mean,
good
up-
night. Oh, yeah.
really?
I grew up on the West Bluff, and every Saturday night you could hear it. Yeah, it's like you were at the track.
Yeah.
You could hear it.
So if you're at the track, what's that doing to your eardrum?
Well, I mean,
It's just
It's a good time.
It's a good time. There's a lot of drinking. It's a good time.
But they used to run some pretty big races down in Farmington Road.
Yep, yep. They used to have the cars in the middle of the track. Now they have them off in the back.
Yeah.
But the pits was in the middle of the track, so you could see all the pit fights after the after the
yeah.
races.
Oh, they
But
did.
You know, it's
They did have
who cut who off.
They did
yeah.
have some fights.
A lot of drinking and fighting.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Good time. Saturday night in Peoria.
And
well, the police didn't have far to go.
No.
and you know, there are a lot of racing fans. I tell you that one of the biggest racing events was always the motorcycle races.
Well, the
Oh,
TTs
TT races.
on
Yeah.
Cameron Lane. Yeah.
And what time of the year?
It's August.
Do they,
Yeah. Oh,
do
yeah.
They still do it?
They still have
Oh, yeah.
every August. I mean, the Peoria TT is one of the big races on the stop.
Walter's Brothers
mean-
still a big sponsor. Of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, you still get a good crowd out there, and you get it has national implications
Oh, yeah.
for the tourist trophy races.
What was the big popular movie with Burt Reynolds and Sally Fields? What was?
Oh yeah,
I mean, Smokey and the Bear.
Smokey and the
Smoking
Bandit.
Bear, yeah. That's one of the.
And
the
Smokey and the Bandit.
Smokey and the
That's it.
Bandit.
Yeah, it's the bear.
Jackie
Got a
Gleason.
bear in the air.
Jackie Gleason was
Yeah.
the
He
cop.
was the cop.
That was a heck of a movie.
Breaker 19, this here's a rubber duck. You got
There
a
you
copy
go.
on me, Pigpen?
Haven't heard this one in a while.
Yeah, 10-4, Pigpen, for sure. By golly, it's clean, clear to Flagtown, come on.
Did you have? You guys have CB?
Oh yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Putz made $1 million.
Yeah. Well, when I first got married, I had a big Ford F-150 pickup truck with a CB radio, and I had a big loudspeaker horn in the grill of my truck. And the CB radio had a little switch on it where you could click to the outside PA horn
Oh,
and talk
really?
to people out in front of the car.
Really?
And I was infamous for, I couldn't keep my mouth shut with bad drivers. Like, where'd you get your license, out of a Cracker Jack box? Oh, my wife was like, you're getting, I was living in Chicago at the time.
Oh,
So I would abuse pedestrians and other drivers, and my wife was like, turn that off. Just don't, you're gonna get shot. You're gonna get shot. I was like, but I'll have fun doing
that'll
it.
be fun.
Yeah, those were great days getting on the scene, and everybody had a
Oh,
handle.
everyone had one.
What was your handle?
Oh, God.
I think Dizzy. I think it's a Dizzy mobile. The Dizzy mobile.
I was probably going by Gopher at the time.
Gopher.
Yeah.
Wait, did you have? You had fun.
Yeah, my handle was Baldy.
Baldy.
No, I don't know what I had. I tried to be clever and cute, and there were some. And do truckers today? Do they still use CBs, or are they more sophisticated with cell
I don't
phones?
know.
I don't know
I
either.
don't know.
I mean, I would guess that it's still being used because it is handy for trying to keep track of cops on the highway.
Well, Google Maps does that now.
Well, Google Maps and I think Waze
Waze does that.
does
now. It
that.
tells you that there's
tells you
police
if there's a
ahead.
cop somewhere. Yeah, I mean,
And they ask, are they still there? I always say no.
yeah.
Come on in, Peggy. We're going to chat with you right away after we do the news. This is Peggy
Hi, Peggy.
Ackes, and
As
we're going
Monty
to
Hall would
talk
say,
about
come on down.
Yeah,
Peggy, come on down.
But before we talk to Peggy, let's bring you up to date with some of the news at the bottom of the hour on This morning brought to you by our good friend Bob Manning, Senior Vice President, Financial Advisor. Bob is with the Grandview Capital Group at Morgan Stanley for all your investment needs. Think about Bob Manning. He's available today at 309-671-4653. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC, member SIPC. With the headlines, here's Mike Dentino.
Thank you, Roger. Pekin police announced the arrest of 46-year-old Keith Brackett, charging him with the murder of 13-year-old Robert Bean Jr. in November of 2016. Brackett is accused of strangling the young teen after he skipped school and wound up in the home of Brackett. Officials said the man hid the body of the boy in a wooded area he maintained off of Route 29 in Tazewell County. Brackett was arrested in Bangor, Maine, ending a long and intensive investigation. It took 2 years to bring justice for a 5-year-old little boy who was seriously injured by his father, 31-year-old Carl Rogers, Jr. The boy testified during the trial and used a stuffed animal to describe how he was physically abused by his father, resulting in a brain injury. It happened in April of 2024 in a house in the 1000 block of East Paris Avenue in Peoria Heights. Rogers was sentenced to 18 years in prison. The driver of an SUV seeking to elude Peoria police wound up on a part of Kickapoo Road under construction. The driver tried to leap over a partially demolished bridge. Well, it didn't work. It plunged into a ravine. Everyone then exited the vehicle, fled, except for the unidentified driver who went to the hospital. The ceasefire continues in the war with Iran, but the war of words gets worse. Iran has issued the United States and Israel a 10-point ultimatum to keep the Straits of Hormuz open. Officials of the Trump administration called the ultimatum ridiculous, though Trump said he could join the Iranians in charging companies a fee to allow ships to pass through the water passage. Iran is unhappy that Israel is conducting airstrikes against Hezbollah in Lebanon, while the U.S. has hit 300 targets in Iran. Iranian officials complain both countries are violating the terms of the ceasefire, though it has also launched missiles and drones at Israel. Wall Street likes the news of the ceasefire. The Dow Industrial averages soared over 1,300 points, closing at 47,909. Caterpillar increased $47 a share to $771.51. There are huge rallies in both the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. The price of oil dropped to a little over $94 a barrel. And Roger, that's it for news at the bottom of the hour.
All right, now how about a check of the weather this morning, presented by Advanced Medical Transport. They are the premier provider of emergency and scheduled ambulance services in central, western, and eastern Illinois. There are more than 500 AMT employees, men and women, wonderful people dedicated to offering and providing the best in health care. Saving lives is what they do. Terry, you have the weather.
Just partly sunny today, Roger. Possible showers after 4 o'clock this afternoon. Highs just about 74 tonight. Showers and thunderstorms after 10 p.m. Low 51. Tomorrow, not as warm. High 61 with showers. Cloudy on Saturday, 64. Another crappy weather coming up. Sunday, cloudy. But it'll be 76 degrees. Right now, Roger, at the Wazoo, it's 54 degrees.
And there you have it, news and weather at the bottom of the hour. And we have a special guest this morning, and when I mentioned it, Peggy, to our stellar co-host, that we have someone coming from Graceland, they said Elvis Presley must be in the building.
Did you know Elvis?
But this is Peggy Hawkins. Good to see you, Peggy. Thanks for coming in.
Good morning. Thank you.
Remind everybody what Graceland is, if you would be so kind.
I'd be happy to. So Graceland is a place of grace and dignity. We want people to age well and to be able to stay in their homes and enjoy their later years. So it's the full name is Graceland Center for Purposeful Aging, and we are a budding senior center. Peoria doesn't have a senior center like many of our other cities in
Shame
Illinois.
on Peoria.
What's wrong with
Yeah.
So we are forging ahead, and think of how we've grown, Roger. So we've gotten so big we can't stay at the Life Together Center anymore. We're moving to the Westminster.
great?
It is.
Yeah, that's the kind of growth you want to see in
Yeah.
Peoria.
So where is this place? Where is this?
So senior centers are all over the country. There's more than 15,000 of them.
No, where's
and
the one here?
The one
Where's the
we're
one I would
making
go to?
here, you would come now to the Life Together Center, which is the venue on War Memorial in Sheridan. The long building next to First Federated, the old, old insurance. We're in the back, and you enter. There's no registration. Just walk right in. We have programs 3 days a week.
Really?
And we have the room that we're using, we've outgrown. So we're going to move to Westminster Community Center in June,
Which is where?
which is right at the
Moss
corner
Avenue?
of Moss Avenue and Institute.
Oh.
Right in the middle.
okay.
Yeah. So it's a much
That's in
bigger
your old
venue.
neighborhood, Mike.
That's my old stomping ground.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They approached us. They want to partner and help us grow. Most senior centers are in fairly large buildings. They have multiple rooms for multiple programming at the same time. We're single programming right now. We don't do dual programs, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of a program do you have now?
So it depends on the day. Tuesdays we do movies and bingo. Wednesdays we usually have a speaker, and Thursdays are game and relaxation and craft day. We have lunch every day that's served by Neighborhood House, a hot lunch. It's amazing.
Thursday is craft day.
Yeah,
I think that's when you folks get put together counterfeit bills.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
I heard especially that 50 and 100s are not.
But yeah, don't do 50s. People don't take 50s.
I know.
It's funny, McDonald's had a sign up, said no 50s or 100s.
Yeah, I heard that. Not that I use those, but
Yeah. You know, it's interesting because I did have someone who was nice enough. Well, anyway, I had a $50 bill. And I said to wherever I was, do you take 50s? And I think it was Culver's, and they said yes.
Okay.
And I thought, gee. So I ran home and made 2 more.
well, you still had the original.
Yeah, I still have the original plate. Quick story. This is a true story. The Treasury Department, they're the ones that go after counterfeit.
Secret Service.
Secret Service, yeah.
Is it Secret Service? Well, at Methodist, we had a print shop, and it was run by an elderly gentleman by the name of Dick Nebergall, a nice guy. And as it turned out, we had a photographer, and I'd say his name. He went to jail, but they swooped in and first accused the printer of making counterfeit $20 bills on the press.
Oh my.
And of course he talked and talked himself out of not getting charged because it wasn't him. Turned out at night the photographer for the hospital was going in and making $20 bills on 20-pound paper. Wow. And the Secret Service agents told the printer it's the worst counterfeit job they had ever seen.
Wow.
That's a true story.
So the senior center does better than that, right?
Yeah, we don't have the printing presses set
I
up.
use the $5 bill. Well, tell everybody how they can learn more about being a participant.
How do we get in? How do we get a? How do we
So
get past?
you can go to our website. We have a calendar of events, and then our Facebook page always has what we have going on. The people at Westminster wanted people to get used to coming to a new place, so we're having 4 fun Fridays in April and May, so people can figure out where to go, kind of get used to the place. We can get used to setting up. So this Friday, we're going to have a Zumba class that's going to be taught by
what kind of
Debraca.
class?
A Zumba
Roger,
class.
you should go to that. Sign Roger.
Yeah.
Roger, you'd love it.
I know a rumba or Roomba.
Well, same kind of thing.
Similar.
Zumba.
Yeah. And lunch will be served, so there's no charge. You can just walk right in.
Oh, Raj, that's
Yeah.
right up your alley.
Yeah.
Right up my
That's
alley.
better.
Yeah.
You should go.
You want to tell
I'm there.
Yeah.
You bet. Do you eat before you Zoom?
Well, we will. So
Ooh.
doors open at
good.
How many
10:30.
people throw up?
But don't worry, I have a safety bag. We do it, the exercises, especially if you know Debraca Williams Hangen, she's amazing. But we do it at everyone's level, so it's not, usually on Wednesday and Thursday we do exercises at the center, and that's always before we eat. But this
Now-
is just a special program.
Yeah. Now, do you have a CPR unit available
Yep.
during the exercise?
AED instructors.
AMT is there, right? Yeah, that's important. Well, now, let's talk about the lunch. What kind of lunch, what are we talking about?
Well, Courtney Moore is their cook over there, so she's going to make, I think she said, chicken and noodles.
Oh, hey.
On mashed potatoes?
Now, when is it? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
It's this Friday,
Friday?
April 10th.
What time?
Doors open at 10:30 for coffee and
Forget the coffee.
yeah, and then lunch is 11.
Well, you can get there by then.
the
We're off
coffee
at
then,
9. You
yeah.
can get there by then. Yeah.
We'd love to have you. In fact, we've had, so we have April 10th, 24th, May 8th, and the 22nd of May, and we have different programs every time. So in April 24th, we're going to have seniors karaoke. May 8th, we're going to
Really?
have an
Cool.
entomologist, and then
what?
an entomologist.
The bug man.
Yeah, a bug man. He's going to talk
really?
about why we need bugs in our life.
Now you're going to have that before we eat or after?
Yeah.
After.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
As a matter of fact, the lunch that day will be spiders and
yes,
Grasshoppers.
the Vatican mealworm.
Do you check for bugs in with everybody? I mean, because I had bugs one time. But
And we were fortunate, we had the Bradley business students that are their seniors, and they're finishing their capstone project, and they did a survey, and actually people really want to get together and
Oh,
have
absolutely.
fun, you know?
there isn't anything worse than an older person, a senior,
Alone.
Alone. Exactly
it's
right. I still hearken back to the story that I remember, tragic story where a woman died in her home during the winter. The
nobody
furnace
found
shut off or did something, and nobody checked on her. No relatives, no neighbors, nothing. And there isn't anything worse than isolation of a senior person.
Yeah.
That's our goal.
Good.
And we're going to city council on Tuesday. We're going to present a petition to ask city council to the township. We've been granted, we have on the agenda to ask them to make a commission, a special meeting to study this so that we can move forward with more community support.
That's the relief office, township relief office?
Yeah, and I don't know, Peoria has to figure out how to make this happen. Every other city has one, and it's always what the city can do. Sometimes it's the park district, sometimes it's the township, sometimes it's the agency on aging. No one has one pool of money, but our volunteer force, we're growing by leaps and bounds, and we need support from the community, from businesses and healthcare and all those people.
How many, like say today, you open today?
We have, what's today, Thursday, yes.
How many do you think you'll have today? How many?
We have 30 to 60 people
Okay,
every day.
wow.
It's
Yeah.
a big crowd.
Yeah, and because people, it's like Cheers. Everybody knows your name.
Oh, okay.
It's really
Lord.
fun. We have people that are sick, and we follow through with them. Like you said, we'll send cards, and it's in other cities. It's a wellness thing. It's not. People don't realize what we're missing.
Right,
really.
right. Do you play cards?
We do. Yeah,
What
today's
cards
the
do you
card
play?
shark. It depends on the group. Sometimes I'm not invited
Little
to
poker?
join them.
You
Yeah.
Little strip poker? What do you?
Yeah, it just depends on what,
Okay.
because
Depends on the crowd.
and we have a
might get a strip
big
poker game
Scrabble.
going.
We've got a Scrabble group that has got the books. They're out there.
Oh, wow.
And then we do community service projects. We're making blankets right now for Ronald McDonald and House, and we've done gift baskets for
How
foster.
big's your staff? How big-
I'm full-time volunteer executive director. And see, that's not sustainable, you know what I mean? And then we have 2 part-time paid independent consult program coordinators. So we need funding for staffing, and we're operating on donations and grant money.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Have you thought about bringing in roulette wheels and poker and
yeah.
blackjack?
Yeah,
and
party
so
cards,
forth? I
tip
think,
boards.
Tip
Yeah.
boards, I particularly like tip boards.
You'd probably get a
I think you do well.
stipend from the city council since they lost the casino to East Peoria.
Right.
Yeah.
I think
Call
I
it,
think Roger's got something here.
Yeah, I just call it, you could come up with Peggy's Poker Club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring in some
Poker
poker
Palace.
machines. Those poker machines
There
make
you
money.
It's always a surprise what will be brought up when I come visit you.
You gotta have a.
It's
Do you
a
have,
surprise to us too.
do you have a liquor license?
No, we don't.
That would be liquor for
Hey.
seniors.
Yes, it would.
That's right.
You know,
Yes.
and you could,
There's a lot of centers that do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think.
They have
You know what,
BYOB nights, and
Yeah.
You could make your
know
own
what?
drink.
You
your
could
own-
have somebody from
Absolutely.
one of the wineries come and bring jugs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring her too.
You know, it's, when I was much
then we have to have a Uber service to bring everybody home.
Now, you are a registered nurse.
I am.
Yeah. What, I've asked you this before, but remind everybody, what motivated you to get into the business of helping other seniors?
Because I saw the difference between what happens when people are able to be engaged and stay healthy. I've worked in nursing homes, and God love them. I mean, even with the most dedicated of staff, they don't have enough help. And we want to keep people aging in their home, not to have to go to a place where they have to be taken care of. And it's possible. It's very possible. But if you don't have the connections and you don't have the motivation, it's more difficult to stay motivated to get up and
Right.
move around and engage. And we are so vulnerable. The more AI, I'm trying to understand the fraud that elders are being
I
exposed
know,
to, and then losing their, losing so much because they don't know. But if they come to us, not only do we have
yeah.
classes, but also you talk about, well, this person did this. What does that sound like to you? And, they stop it in the bud, otherwise you go down,
Those fraudsters, they're getting good at it. I get more and more stuff. It's the older
Exactly.
I get more and more stuff. And some of it looks pretty good. It's like, wow, maybe.
especially through Medicare. We
Yeah.
just finished a series of 3 outreach with Age Central, because there's so many things that get sent to people that they can't catch that it's not from Medicare.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
yeah.
Well, everything, it's by mail, it's online. It's, every time I turn around, I just got done seeing the doctor like last week, and now I'm already getting targeted ads for things.
Isn't it?
It's
I
like,
know,
oh,
it's
like
amazing.
support stocking. It's like, wait a minute. I think it's where's that camera feed going? That now I'm getting this, I'm getting that.
I always got dresses. You got support stockings? I always got dresses.
No, I'm in the support stocking.
Okay.
Yeah, I
right
noticed
now.
that when you came in high heels.
Yeah, well, that started with the heels.
Yeah,
They're trying to match a dress. Yeah.
But yeah, hey, it's
I
like
don't know how you walk in them.
I don't know what I
You look
said.
good.
I must have said something weird at that.
Hey, we just had a fashion show.
You should have called me.
I'm for flat.
How'd he look in that two-piece bathing suit?
I'd have worn my
Yeah.
You
pumps.
could do the runway.
Sensible heels for me. That's all there is to it.
Got to take care of your bunions.
Right.
I know it doesn't happen, but I would bet that one of the things you'd like to do is have a shuttle to bring people who can't get to your center to participate. And I'm sure there are a lot of people who would like to, but have no transportation.
Well, and the nice thing is we do have people that take this, the bus stop isn't too far where we're at right now.
Really? Right.
It's it's right by Bueller Home.
I don't think on Moss. There's
Yeah, that's a little
many-
further. It's
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
on
you got a bus.
Western.
You got a bus that comes down MacArthur, and there's a stop there, which is not too
Not
far.
too far.
But if you're dealing with an elder crowd, the wheelchair access is necessary, and
Absolutely.
even a couple of blocks from
It's
MacArthur
far.
to Malvern, where
It's
you're
far.
at, that's daunting.
Yes,
yeah.
it is. Well,
Good
again,
work,
funding. Again, funding.
Well, why isn't the township helping? That's part of your father's
Yeah, he
old
did that
position.
for 40 years. Well,
Yeah,
it
and-
deals primarily with food, rent
Yeah,
assistance,
general assistance, right.
And general
Right.
assistance.
Are they helping you out?
And it
now?
is supposed to be temporary. I know when he first was elected in the office, he found a woman on the rolls who had been receiving assistance for 25 years, was supposed to be temporary, and she had been there for 25 years. Are they helping now? I don't know. It might be a little stretch.
They're not helping.
Under,
I think-
they're guided.
They got millions,
assistance
don't they?
is stipulated by criteria
Correct.
from the Illinois Public Aid legislation and rules.
Right.
So
Well,
there are
that's the
things they
goal of
can't
this
do.
commission, because Peoria, since all these other cities, I mean, Springfield has a center that's 50 years old. Pekins is
kidding.
40 years old.
Right.
The
Yeah.
Activity and Recreation Center in Bloomington Normal is 25 years old. So we need to make a plan, because by 2030, there will be more people over the age of 50 than under the age of 18.
Well, quit pointing at me. I've been over there.
I got to keep my hands to myself.
That's
But
all
this
right.
commission
Same
will
to
help
you.
take a look
Yeah.
at how can Peoria, because it's not that much money. I'm not asking to build a dome or an
Yeah.
amphitheater.
Well, you-
It's just a couple staff and rent and utilities.
Yes.
Because it's not hard to run the programs, but you need the staff to do it.
We're doing more for homeless people than we are for our seniors
Yeah.
in the city of
Well,
Peoria.
actually, Lakin has their own
They
senior
sure do.
center. Yeah.
These seniors have paid
Yeah.
in how much in taxes? And
You know what? They are paying. 75% of the homes are owned here with people over the age of 65. So just think about that tax base
Oh, my
and
God.
who are the
You're right,
voters.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Good point.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's why we're asking we're using the township government model to put a petition to ask for a special meeting so that they can devise some kind of ad hoc committee and look at the problem, because that's the next step.
You bet. Well, as always,
Good luck.
Peggy, good to
Thank
see
you.
you. Anything else you want to add?
Come on these Fridays, or come join us on our weekly programs. We get people, 3 to 4 new people every day. So
Yeah.
that's why we're growing. It's
Is there a
wonderful.
phone number they can call?
Yes.
In the event they want more information?
Absolutely.
To find out whether or not Terry Grawey's fault and Mike.
I can't answer all questions.
is there a criminal background check involved?
Not for participants.
We're not going to be patted down when we go there, are we?
It depends on your shifty eyes.
Oh, well, okay.
It's 833-503-7773. And they can go to our Facebook page, or they can go to our website, which is gracelandcenter.com. And we have a calendar of events there.
And when Mike walks in, will the crowd say, Norm?
Yeah, could be. I mean, in my case, more like waddling.
With his stockings.
Everybody knows there'll be plenty of tears.
That's right.
your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? All those nights when you've got no lights, the check is in the mail, and you remain a cat up by its tail, and your third fiancé didn't show. Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna be where you can see the troubles are all the same.
Central until
You
June.
wanna be where everybody knows your name. Roll out of bed, Mr. Coffee's dead. The morning's looking bright. And your shrink ran off to Europe and didn't even write. And your husband wants to be a girl. Be glad there's one place in the world where everybody knows your name. And they're always glad you came. You wanna go where people know people are all the same. You wanna go where everybody knows your name. Where everybody knows your
Frazier, whatever Frazier did, was always my favorite.
Frazier, I mean, I was always a fan of Cliff Clavin and his little-known facts.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
which
you're-
always turned out to be no,
Dumbest
that's
Fake news.
little-known fact that the largest ball of twine, oh, jeez,
Roger, thank you. This really, I mean, all these little free things help me a lot, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, we're glad you came in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peggy.
You guys have
I mean,
a great day.
this is the type of stuff, if you get people out in the community that realize that this is available, that, not just for seniors, but available as an opportunity to volunteer and get to know more people.
I mean, if you saw the things that the other cities have, it would make you
Oh,
sick.
I mean, well, it's just getting people involved
Right.
that makes a difference on both sides, on like the volunteer side and on the people that are needing
Right.
these sorts of services. Like I've got an aunt of mine who is in a home in Lakin, which is kind of ironic
St.
because
Joseph's.
St. Joseph's is just a couple of blocks from the senior center over in Lakin. I mean, she's not really in the throes of Alzheimer's, but
She has some dementia.
she has some dementia. She doesn't, she's in a wheelchair, so she's not really able to get out and about. But we get family members trying to go over there, and if someone comes through, they'll stop in and see Aunt Grace, and it's really nice because she's the last of my dad's family that's around, and my mom's family is now all gone. Fine, I mean, my last aunt on the Crowley side is now no longer with us, so the sad part of it is now we're the old people. Oh, God help us.
I know.
And he is. He's doing it.
But you
He's-
guys
he's
are-
helping
Peggy,
us.
Peggy, thanks for coming in. God bless you
Thank
for what
you.
you're doing.
Thank you, guys. Have a great
You
day.
bet, you bet.
I'm glad we're on radio. Isn't that
Yeah.
Hey, it's a good thing we're on radio. We're not much to look at.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Got that face for radio.
Yeah, well, there is that.
Well, actually, we're on YouTube
Well,
now,
we're on
so-
YouTube, but
And the
Yeah,
good thing is, we got out some good information.
Yeah, it was real nice.
What
I never knew that existed.
no. I mean, and well, it's just having some things when there's things in the community that we don't know about.
And the money
if we can-
they spend, how much money they spend for the homeless deal? And
Well, for the money they spend on homeless, each of them ought to have a 3,500 square foot house in the Knolls. In fact, that would be cheaper.
yeah, I don't know if we spend our money where we should, but I think maybe the township is the place to go. And I don't know.
Well, hey, as little as I know that we're wasting a lot of money.
Yeah,
And
yeah, you're right.
if we knew where it was going, we'd all be a lot happier.
Well, we know where it's going. It's going to the government.
Now,
Yeah, for their favorite, what do they call it, pork.
Pork
yes,
barrel.
pork barrel politics.
Is she a lovely lady? Yeah.
She is.
She's a real cheerleader for seniors in our community. All right, we thought Sheldon Katz was going to join us. Well, I believe Sheldon is here, as a matter of fact. Sheldon, come on in. We're going to break for the news, if that's okay. Pull up a chair and make yourself comfortable, and we'll talk to Sheldon Katz. Following news, weather, and sports, you're having breakfast with Roger and friends on WAZU FM 90.7 in wonderful Peoria, Illinois. And we're also on the worldwide YouTube as well. We had a contact from Cambridge, England a week ago, and we said hi to him, and he's never been back.
Oh,
Yeah, so obviously he
offended
loved the
somebody
program.
else.
You bet. So stay tuned on WAZU FM 90.7 in Peoria, Illinois. And a pleasant good morning, everybody. It is, what time do we have? It's 8 o'clock. We're right on the button. And we begin with the check of the weather on WAZU, and it's brought to you by Kyle Barnold, providing personal and business insurance for auto, home, life, and health. You know, Kyle works with multiple companies to find the best policy at the best price for individuals, families, and businesses. And you can reach Kyle today. He's available at 309-682-0519. With the check of the world, and we'll start with the weather. Yeah, was that okay? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's great. Partly sunny today. Possible showers after about 4 o'clock this afternoon. High 73 tonight. Showers and thunderstorms, but not until after midnight. Low 51. Tomorrow not as warm. 61 with showers. Cloudy. Saturday, high 64. Sunday, cloudy, and 76. A little warmer, but cloudy. Right now, we're sitting at about 62 degrees, Roger.
And now the news brought to you by Matt Wall, CPA and tax specialist with Gordon Stockman Wall. Tax time just around the corner. Are you kidding me? It's here. And the deadline coming up April 15th. If you need help on your tax return, check out Matt Wall. He's available at 309-692-4030. That number again, 692-4030. Now with the news, here are Mike Dentino and Terry Grawey.
Thank you, Roger. Pekin police announced the arrest of 46-year-old Keith Brackett, charging him with the murder of 13-year-old Robert B. Jr. in November of 2016. Brackett is accused of strangling the young teen after he skipped school and wound up in the home of Brackett. Officials said the man hid the body of the boy in a wooded area that he maintained off of Route 29 in Tazewell County. Brackett was arrested in Bangor, Maine, ending a long and intensive investigation.
Well, it took about 2 years to bring justice for a 5-year-old little boy who was seriously injured by his father, 31-year-old Carl Rogers, Jr. The boy testified during the trial and used a stuffed animal to describe how he was physically abused by his father, resulting in a brain injury. It happened last April 2024 in a house in the 1000 block of East Paris Avenue in Peoria Heights. Rogers was sentenced to 18 years in prison.
Shades of Jimmy Lynch, hell driver, who appeared at the Mount Holly racetrack years ago. The driver of an SUV seeking to elude Peoria police wound up on that part of Kickapoo Road that's now under construction. The driver tried to leap over a partially demolished bridge, but it didn't work. It plunged into a ravine. Everyone in the vehicle fled except for the unidentified driver, who went to the hospital.
The ceasefire continues in the war with Iran, but the war of words gets a little bit worse. Iran has issued the United States and Israel a 10-point ultimatum to keep the Strait of Hormuz open. Officials of the Trump administration called the ultimatum ridiculous, though Trump said he could join with Iran in charging companies a fee to allow ships to pass through that water passage.
Iran is unhappy that Israel is conducting airstrikes against Hezbollah in Lebanon, while the U.S. has hit 300 targets in Iran. Iranian officials complain both countries are violating terms of the ceasefire, though it has also launched missiles and drones at Israel.
Speaking in Hungary, Vice President J.D. Vance warned Iran to keep its end of the ceasefire agreement. If not, Vance suggested they would be on the receiving end of a horrific military air attack that will include major economic sanctions.
In this country, Democrats are targeting President Trump with verbal assaults, some extremely vitriolic, as they promote efforts to remove him from office. Like that's something new. The White House has responded by noting such action harms the president's efforts to bring peace and provide support for Iran, where leaders have reportedly executed 45,000 of its own people.
Well, Wall Street likes this ceasefire. The Dow Jones Industrial Average soared over 1,300 points, closing at 47,909. Katz stock, $47 a share, jump to $771.58 a share. There were huge rallies in both the NASDAQ and S&P 500. The price of oil dropped to a little over $94 a barrel. But so far, no drop in the price of gas, but it's coming, say the experts.
Local nurseries selling mulch received some bad news from the city yesterday, but good news for citizens. Peoria's Public Works Department announced it's giving away free, all the mulch you need.
Hey.
The free giveaway will be held twice. The first time, Saturday, April 25th, and the second time, Saturday, May 2nd. Come one, come all, from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Public Works Campus, 3505 Dries Lane.
How big a
Such
truck do you have?
deal.
How big a truck do you have?
Well, I've got just a
A semi?
regular pickup, and then I've got a 12-foot open aluminum trailer that will haul probably about 2 tons of mulch.
Really?
Yeah.
They may require proof of citizenship in the city of Peoria.
Well, I'm a citizen, not of Peoria, but I'm a
Well,
citizen.
hey, I got a deal. We'll use my address, but you got to bring some to my house. I'll work a deal with you on that. All right. Okay.
That works for me.
Can I get a hold of the Peoria County State's Attorney?
Hey, my
So
uncle
we're
used to
gonna
be.
pull that.
My uncle used to be in that department. It won't be the first time I've embarrassed
Yeah,
him.
yeah, you bet. All right, let's get some news from WCBU, brought to you by Spoon River Home Health since 1993, providing health care by nurses, therapists, and home care assistants, locally owned and operated. Spoon River Home Health, available 24/7 at 309-245-0723.
From the WCBU Newsroom, I'm Courtney Conroy. Peoria Mayor Rita Ali says the city is working on establishing a strategy to address housing needs. Ali says Peoria will launch a new incentive to build interest in pursuing affordable housing projects.
We have over 1,000 residential vacant lots. We are willing to give these properties away for free for those interested in putting money toward developing housing.
City leaders will host a Moving Housing Forward open house on April 22nd at the Gateway Building. The City of Washington is exploring the idea of changing its logo to remove an image of George Washington. A focus group involved with an ongoing rebranding effort thinks it's time for a change that's more representative of modern-day Washington. Alderperson Bobby Martin III disagrees.
If it's something where it's like, no, we want to get rid of George Washington altogether, then I think that's weird, and I'll probably be a hard no on this.
A silhouette of George Washington's face has been in the logo for years. Washington spokesperson Amanda Roberts says it's outdated. Illinois House Republicans have proposed a 6-month pause on the gas sales tax. Lawmakers say they want to lower gas prices, which has risen above $4 a gallon. State Representative Ryan Spain of Peoria says Illinois puts more of a burden on drivers with 2 taxes on fuel.
We imposed a motor fuel tax across the state that was adjusted 7 years ago now in 2019. But then we imposed a sales tax on top of that motor fuel tax.
Eliminating the tax would reduce the price by 5 cents per gallon. And Illinois Republicans are calling on their Democrat colleagues and Governor J.B. Pritzker to work with them on property tax reform. Capital News Illinois reports Republicans blame higher property taxes across the state on Democratic policies and unfunded school mandates. Pritzker has said school districts bear part of the responsibility for continuing to raise property taxes despite increased funding from the state. Republican State Representative Dan Ugosti says his bill would create a program to award grants for property tax relief to school districts in exchange for limiting tax increases. I'm Courtney Conroy.
All right, Jordan, thank you very much. Now, let's get into sports. Our vacationing down in Florida, having a good time. In the meantime, let's turn to the WAZU scoreboard. The Cubs beat Tampa Bay last night, 6-2, winning the 3-game series, 2-1. The strength play in the bottom of the ninth, leadoff hitter for Tampa Bay singled, sold second, and even though they were behind by 4 runs, the runner decided to try with no benefit to steal third. He was out, and so were the Tampa Bay Rays. In other Major League action, the White Sox lost to the Orioles 5-3. Chicago now 4-8, and the St. Louis Cardinals defeated Washington, and that was 6-1. Jordan Walker hit a solo home run in the 5th. The Cards are now 7-5, ahead of the last place Cubs, who are even 500, 6 wins, 6 losses. And the Yankees have the best record in baseball so far, 8 wins and only 2 losses after they beat the lowly A's 3-2. In the NBA, the Bulls were off last night. They play tonight against the Wizards, and the Blackhawks did not play last night. They play the Hurricanes tonight on home ice. The Peoria Chiefs last night got clobbered losing to the Cubs of South Bend by the score of 13-1. They'll try again tonight, 6:30 at Dozer Park. Finally, the Masters begins today without, unfortunately, Tiger Woods or Mike Dentino or Terry Grawey. Did either one of you play golf as you were growing up, like in high school? Or
I didn't have the
I'll
time.
bet you $5 all of you played miniature golf over at Wheatie
I did.
at Rolling Acres.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Everybody did that.
Bruce Mail's place, yeah. Well,
Yeah, exactly right.
No, I didn't try to play golf until I was well into my adulthood, but even now, what I play with clubs on a golf course is not what you would call golf. Probably another four-letter word, but golf is not how I would describe it.
I know a little bit about your golfing skill, and I will tell you that off the tee, you throw your driver further than you hit the ball.
Well, that's accurate. That's quite accurate.
Yeah.
It's easier to find my golf club than it is to find my ball.
Well, that's true, because it doesn't go as far.
Well, it goes straighter.
Yeah, you bet. All right, welcome to hour number 3 of Breakfast with Roger and Friends. And we're happy to introduce to our program this morning Sheldon Katz. Get a little closer to the microphone, Sheldon, and say hello to everybody. Hello. Very good. Well, let's start with telling a little bit about Sheldon Katz. Are you a native Peorian?
No, but I have lived here for over 40 years.
Well, you're a native.
Oh, that's
now, yeah.
close enough. That's
Yeah.
good enough.
Where were you originally from?
I'm born in South Bend, Indiana.
Oh, you just beat you were here to watch the Cubs beat the
University
Chiefs.
of
Yeah, well, I heard about it, yes.
Yeah.
Although I left South Bend when I was 7 years old.
Okay.
Moved to Ann Arbor, Michigan, where I grew up.
So are you a
Wolverine?
Fighting Irish fan or a Wolverine fan?
I would say Wolverine more than anything else, although.
Did you go to college
Yes.
and at Michigan?
No, I went to Eastern Michigan,
Eastern, okay.
just down the road.
Majoring in?
Art and
Really?
education.
Really? Were you a teacher? Did you teach art in school?
I attempted to. At that time, school systems all over the country were downsizing, and
Yeah.
the first programs to go were usually art and music.
So, are you an artist? Do you draw? And if so, what do you draw? Or
Not as a
paint?
profession, but I do maintain some,
What's your favorite?
mostly photography.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes. I've been a photographer also for many years.
Now, you are a Southern Baptist, as I understand?
Not quite.
No, not quite. You are of the Jewish faith, and you're here to talk about an event that's coming up. I had to get that in. I'm Methodist, by the way, so it was that. At any rate, you'll accept that, won't you?
I'll still stay and talk with you.
Okay. That's good.
No problem.
That's good, Sheldon. Well, you're here to talk about a very important event that's coming up.
That's right. Every year, April 14th, Yom HaShoah, which means the day of
Say that
the-
slow. I want to be able to.
Yom, which means day.
Yom
HaShoah
HaShoah.
literally means conflagration, all-consuming fire.
Oh, wow.
And that's what it was for the Jewish population of Europe during World War II.
I don't mind telling you, have you been to Germany at all to visit any of the camps?
Not the camps, but I did return to my father's hometown
Which was?
in September 2024. And he was born in a very tiny village called Beiseforth.
I spent a year and a half, thanks to Uncle Sam. What large city was it near?
The largest nearby city is Kassel,
Okay,
and it's north of Frankfurt.
okay, I do. Dude, is it spelled K-A-S-E-L?
Kassel, yes.
Yeah. See, I wasn't too bad. I did
pretty
learn
good.
to
Yeah.
spell
That's pretty
in
good.
there.
Yeah.
Correctly.
And I don't mind telling you. Matter of fact, I'm proud to tell you that I did visit Dachau, and it was a visit I'll never forget. And I just wish more people would, perhaps if they had the financial means, go to Germany and visit some of the camps that were developed under the Nazi regime.
Yes, if you're looking for a visceral experience, the camps, yes. I have no interest in going to any of the camps.
I understand, certainly.
But I was even hesitant to go to Germany. But the townspeople of Biceforth had a week-long observance of, or remembrance, I should say, of the former residents, the Jewish families that lived in Biceforth. My father's was one of 5 families that lived there. And it was quite amazing what the current population think and what they did for the remembering of those people that, of course, were lost.
Well, tell us about the remembrance that's coming up on the 14th.
Well, it was originally scheduled for the 14th, but as it turns out, locally in 3 townships, Medina and Kickapoo and Peoria Township, they're holding their annual meetings for the residents of those townships on the 14th. And there is a group in Peoria that's presenting a proposal to put on the ballot that is anti-Israel and is trying to sway the Illinois legislature, particularly the Office of the Treasurer and the Pension Fund, to no longer not invest in companies that boycott Israel. There was a policy for the pension fund to not support discrimination against Israel, and so they did not invest in companies, foreign companies that subscribe to that policy of boycotting Israel. This group would like to rescind that so that the Illinois Pension Fund can discriminate against Israel.
Interesting.
And so they're presenting it on the 14th at these meetings, and we're trying to get people to go, residents of their respective townships, to go and vote against this proposal. And so we moved the Yom HaShoah observance from the 14th to the 15th. And thanks to the Riverfront Museum for being flexible and letting us do that, and for all those involved. So now you can attend the Yom HaShoah event on the 15th, next week, at 7 o'clock at the Riverfront Museum.
And that will be, when are the meetings regarding the Peoria Township? Because I'm interested in that. My father was supervisor of the township for 40 years, and he would not touch this subject with a 10-foot pole. That there, and as I understand it, correct me, this is a group that supports Palestine.
Exactly, and you're right. This whole issue has nothing to do with township government business. However, it's part of the Palestinian group's strategy to chip away and erode the legitimacy of the State of Israel and the Jews being there.
Yeah. Have you appealed to the township supervisor who just recently, I believe, re-elected, unfortunately?
Personally, no.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
It was never the Jewish community's intent to interfere with township business in any way.
Yeah.
But when this form of anti-Semitism pops up, one of the lessons of the Holocaust is that people need to stand up and oppose it.
Yeah. It has to bother you that we are seeing a resurgence in this country, in this world, of anti-Semitism.
Yes. This number I heard was a 300% increase in the past few years.
Yeah. Have you experienced it yourself here in Peoria?
To some degree, all my life, subtly, usually.
Yeah.
Not overtly, fortunately. It pops up in Peoria area occasionally, not specifically directed towards me, although it's definitely directed towards my wife, who was executive director of the Jewish Federation for 24 years. She retired just this past year.
Yes, I realize. And now LaDonna Fishkin is doing a good job.
She's the current director, yes.
You know, interesting, and this is not about Roger Monroe, but having been to Dachau and I make no apology, I do fly the flag of Israel. And I had a neighbor come over and say, "Are you Jewish?" And I said, "No. Do I have to be to sell or to fly the flag?" "No, I was just inquiring." Now, I don't think, I hope it wasn't with any ulterior motive, but I'm proud to fly the flag of the country of Israel.
Well, support is very much appreciated.
Yeah. And we need more of it, as a matter of fact. I don't want to get too political, and you may not want to, but you have any thoughts about what's going on in Israel today?
All Israel wants, from the people I speak to there, we have many friends and some family there, all they want is for their neighbors to stop shooting rockets at them
Yeah.
and blowing themselves up in buses and things like that. That's all they want. And that's everything they do is geared towards making that stop. The expression there is, if Israel laid down their arms today, they would be annihilated. If their neighbors laid down their arms, there would be peace.
Yeah. It's a simple formula, isn't it?
Right.
But for some reason or other, the Iranians don't want to do that. I know we've had LaDonna on by phone on more than one occasion, and particularly after she visited people in Tel Aviv. And when you hear the description every day where millions, not hundreds or thousands, millions scramble to get to the bomb shelters and the shelters, you wonder, how would we react in this country if we had to go through that every day?
Many times per day. The
Yes.
sirens go off, and you can get an app on your phone that will actually alarm when a siren's going off in Israel.
Yeah, she
And-
said that. She
Right.
said that one time, I think she counted over 100.
Yeah, you will turn off that app within an hour or two.
Yeah, because
You
too
not get
many.
anything done. And yeah, the level of trauma in Israel right now, especially for adults, but especially for children right now, is horrendous. There are many programs necessary to try to combat this. And of course, some are leaving, at least temporarily, because their children cannot grow
I
up
was going to say the
properly
trauma for
under
the
this.
children has to be emotionally devastating.
It is. Their school days are interrupted, their lives are interrupted. And of course, there are pieces of these rockets, even that are intercepted, that
Yes.
rain down
Still-
on them.
The debris, right? Yeah.
If not, there's some get through, of course, and people have been killed and blown up, and that's what they live with every day.
Yeah. We're talking with Sheldon Katz, and it is part of almost your responsibility to let people know how miserable life is for the people of Israel, what they're going through. What is the population? And by the way, do you have a family in Israel?
I have some family, cousins. Some of my father's family moved there after, actually some before the war, World War II. Yes, so there's some family there. I've not kept in touch with all of them. But we have many friends that live there that have either moved from the United States to Israel or they're from the program that the Jewish Federation of Peoria sponsored Israelis to come to our community to help in the community and communicate back and forth to keep the lines open. So now we have a second family in Israel. And we worry about them, of course. We call them frequently after we've heard about missile and drone strikes to see if they're okay.
Yeah. What's the Jewish population, would you estimate, in Peoria?
In Peoria, it's under 300 now, I believe.
Under 300?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
I don't know why I
Small
thought it was
minority.
large. Yeah, I don't know why
I thought
I
it
thought
was
it was
larger.
larger.
I'm surprised.
Well, some of us are vocal.
That was very
There you
good,
go.
Sheldon.
But,
Yeah.
no, the Jewish population of the world is minute. So,
What's the
I'm
population?
1% or something.
What's the population in Israel?
The Jewish population of Israel, approximately 6 million. The Arab population of Israel is about 1.5 million. And
Oh,
of
that
course-
large in
Oh yeah,
Israel.
it's one of the most diverse countries in the world. That's why when I hear people accusing Israel of apartheid, it's almost laughable if it wasn't so offensive. everyone, citizens of Israel, have equal voting rights, equal participation in government and society. Yes, there are individuals with prejudices like there are anywhere else, but the government, the laws, the society as a whole is the most diverse anywhere. There are Baha'i, there are Druze, there are Bedouin, there are Christians, Muslims, Jews, and every other religion for that matter. There's a large Hindu population. You can go, if you go to Israel, you will witness that. Unfortunately, the rhetoric you hear today are mostly people who have never been there or have been there only to go to Ramallah or something. And they're spreading lies.
Sheldon, tell us about this Oma Shoah. I would encourage everyone to go. My faith, I'm Catholic, and I went to this a couple of years ago. It was just absolutely fascinating.
The message of the Holocaust, the lessons of the Holocaust, which are brought forth primarily Yom HaShoah, are for everyone.
It's non-denominational.
I mean, during World War II, over 50 million people died worldwide due to fear and hatred. And that is the lesson when I speak, now that my father doesn't travel anymore. He used to present his story, but now it's my responsibility. He doesn't travel. But that is the universal message, the lesson to be learned. If we don't learn it, we're doomed to repeat the horrors.
Right.
That if you listen to people that are spreading rumors, outright lies about others, other people, other groups, it's going on in this country, it's rampant right now. These others are dangerous. Somehow they're doing harm to us. So if politicians or anyone else can get you to fear someone, they can get you to hate them. If they can get you to hate them, we have seen from history that it's a short distance from hate to atrocities. They can get you to do things you otherwise would never, ever consider doing.
Right.
And that's what happened during the Holocaust.
Right.
The most sophisticated country in the world at the time, during the 30s, Germany. The economy was terrible, as it was in this country. But music, art, literature, the sciences, medicine in Germany were top-notch. And the Jews were an integral part of the German society and the whole country. And yet, ignorance, fear, and then hate was fomented to put the Nazis in power. And it was an authoritarian government that was given complete power to do whatever they wanted. And the German people, for the most part, went along with it because they had fear and hate instilled in them by the propaganda. And it's going on all over the world today. And if people don't stand up against it, it will happen again. Yeah. And that is why all over the world they are trying to undermine the state of Israel, which is the big difference between now and the 1930s. The state of Israel is what Jews regard as their one hope when this happens again. They have a place to go. And that's why Jews will defend it.
Who's on the schedule for the Oma Shoah to speak?
I do.
He's the speaker.
I am the
main
speaker. There will be many participating.
Okay.
We'll be lighting
And
candles.
this will be at the museum?
Yes. And you can register, attendance by registration, please. You can register by going to the Federation website.
Because you'll run out of seats. Because I would it's standing room only.
It's a good problem, yes. Yeah, we would hope that this message could be brought to everyone.
Right.
Amen. What kind of work did you do living here in Peoria?
My career was in graphic arts, printing, digital printing.
Well, you said you majored in art. Did you have a store or a shop, or did you work for Hobby Lobby or someplace like that?
No, I worked for printing companies, some of them very large, more recently retired from a small company that I and another gentleman started in Peoria. We were printing pens and other things.
You know, isn't
You
it?
printed the thing for Maui Jim.
Yeah, that was one of our clients, yes,
You were out on Pioneer Parkway.
correct.
What was the
Out in
name?
that
What
area,
was
yeah.
the name? Yeah, I knew that.
The company is Tech Graphic Solutions.
Right, yeah.
You know, isn't it interesting what's happened to the printing industry?
Oh,
We
it's
used to
unbelievable.
have Paramount Printing, M&D up in
Sure.
Henry, was it?
Heinz, there was-
Heinz, yeah, all over the place. And
Feldman.
Eunice Printing is still
Yes.
hanging in there.
Yeah, they're still there, yeah.
You know, but what was it? The new technology that came in, is that what destroyed the printing industry?
Printing has changed dramatically, starting with when computers came into it. That's when I started in the industry. I had to go back to school and
Yeah.
learn all the technology. But yeah, computers revolutionized printing and graphic arts. Desktop publishing came along and changed things. Of course, soft media, the internet made a big difference. There's still printed things. If you look around this room, everything's printed.
Yeah.
It's now digitally printed mostly. That's the difference in technology, and it's a more diverse industry. Instead of large monolithic printing companies, you have a lot of smaller printing shops, all kinds, and there's still many in Peoria where you can get things printed and people can do things at home on the equipment they have on their desk.
Earlier we were talking about counterfeiting. Had you tried that?
Not U.S. currency, no.
Okay.
But let's just say I know a few things about printing.
I know a guy.
And I know better than to try it.
Yeah, you're right. As I said, told the story earlier, the guy who was printing $20 bills on 20-pound paper, the Secret Service agents showed the real printer at the hospital. It was the worst printing job, counterfeiting job they had ever seen.
Would you like a story about
Sure.
Yes.
printing? Large company I worked for did specialty printing, and many of our products were printed on plastic. And for a promotion, one of the big credit card companies was issuing a new product and sent us a prototype of the product, a card. They wanted the design to be reproduced on one of our products, and so I set about to reproduce it. And apparently I did way too good a job. Because when we sent them the proof, I didn't hear from their advertising department, I heard from their legal department. They wanted to know how I managed to do that.
Yeah. Well, at least you didn't hear from the Treasury Department or the Secret Service.
No, nothing like
That
that.
might have been the one you would fear more than the legal department.
Right.
Sheldon Katz, thanks for coming in. God bless you for what you're doing.
Well, thank
God
you.
bless the people
Appreciate the
of the
opportunity.
Jewish faith. All right, we have our final newscast of the morning to bring you up to date on what's happening. And the news this morning is brought to you by Heinz Roofing. They've been repairing and replacing roofs in central Illinois now for over 30 years. For a no-obligation inspection of your roof, call Doug Hines. He's a veteran at 309-672-0910. That's 672-0910. Now with the latest news, here's Gabby Dentino.
Yeah, Gabby Dentino, that works too. Pekin police announced the arrest of 46-year-old Keith Brackett, charging him with the murder of 13-year-old Robert B. Jr. in November of 2016. Brackett is accused of strangling the young teen after he skipped school and wound up in the home of Brackett. Officials said the man hid the body of the boy in a wooded area he maintained off Route 29 in Tazewell County. Brackett was arrested in Bangor, Maine, ending a long and intensive investigation. It took 2 years to bring justice for a 5-year-old little boy who was seriously injured by his father, 31-year-old Carl Rogers, Jr. The boy testified during the trial and used a stuffed animal to describe how he was physically abused by his father, resulting in a brain injury. It happened in April of 2024 in a house in the 1000 block of East Paris Avenue in Peoria Heights. Rogers was sentenced to 18 years in prison. The driver of an SUV seeking to elude Peoria police wound up in a part of Kickapoo Creek Road under construction. The driver tried to leap over a partially demolished bridge with the car, but it didn't work. It plunged into a ravine. Everyone in the vehicle fled except for the unidentified driver, who then went directly to the hospital. The ceasefire continues in the war with Iran, but the war of words gets worse. Iran has issued the United States and Israel a 10-point ultimatum to keep the Straits of Hormuz open. Officials of the Trump administration called the ultimatum ridiculous, though Trump said he could join with Iran in charging companies a fee to allow ships to pass through the water passage. Iran is unhappy that Israel is conducting airstrikes against Hezbollah in Lebanon, while the U.S. has hit 300 targets in Iran. Iranian officials complain both countries are violating terms of the ceasefire, though it has also launched missiles and drones at Israel. Wall Street likes the news of the ceasefire. The Dow Industrials average soared over 1,300 points, closing at 47,909. Caterpillar increased $47 a share to $771.58. There were huge rallies in both the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. The price of oil dropped to a little over $94 a barrel. And Roger, that's it for news at the bottom of the hour.
All right, let's have a check of the weather this morning with our good friend Terry Grawey, brought to you as a service of Morton Community Banks, with over 50 branches across central and northwestern Illinois, offering a full range of personal and business banking services. Hometown banks, FDIC insured, so your deposits are safe. Look for the clock tower and you'll know they have time for you. And we have time for the weather.
Well, Roger, it'll be partly sunny today. Possible showers after 4 o'clock this afternoon. High, about 73. Tonight, showers, thunderstorms after midnight. Low, 51. Tomorrow, not as warm. High 61 with showers. Cloudy on Saturday. High 64. Sunday, cloudy and 76. Right now, it's an okay 62 degrees.
8:38, and time for our pet tip of the day.
Maybe.
Today's pet tip is brought to you by Peoria Pet Crematory of Peoria and Lewiston, providing final care for family pets, large and small, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Their phone number is 713-1898. That's 713-1898. More information is available at peoriapetcrematory.com.
Pet lovers are dedicated to their animals, all species from horses to turtles and of course cats and dogs. If you are a pet lover, learn these little-known, somewhat amazing facts about your pet. Hamsters are fun little pets that are easily found in most pet stores. They're cute, cuddly, enjoyable to watch and interact with, and they don't require a lot of space or supplies. Did you know the word hamster comes from the German hamstern, which means to hoard? Hamsters have expandable cheek pouches in which they carry food and bedding back to their burrow when they're in their natural habitats. Hamsters can be taught to come by name, and if properly fed and cared for, can live to the age of 4 years. It's good to take them out of their cage and exercise and play with them daily. Just be sure the cat and dog will not be around to attack the hamster. Behavior problems are far and few, but if you already own a hamster and he has begun biting when handled or is chewing on the bars of his cage, then you need to supply him with a hard dog bone treat. The little fellow is trying to trim his teeth, which are constantly growing. And speaking of trimming, you will need to clip his nails frequently as well. You will need to use baby fingernail clippers, however, and must be very careful not to make them bleed. That could be fatal. All things considered, they are wonderful, fun little pets for the children and you. This whisker of information has been made possible by a grant from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting in partnership with Spot, Saving Pets One at a Time, and KSBR Studios. Produced by Joseph C. McGuire and theme music by Stuardo Glasser.
Today's Pet Tip has been brought to you by Peoria Pet Crematory of Peoria and Lewiston, providing final care for family pets, large and small, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Their phone number is 713-1898. That's 713-1898. More information is available at peoriapetcrematory.com.
I don't know about the two of you, but I found Sheldon Katz fascinating as
Absolutely.
he talked about the Jewish people. And you think about what's going on in the country, and I tell you what, I just don't understand, and I know it's going to come across as very political, but we'll let the chips fall where they may. I don't understand people, and they're Democrats, Chris Murphy and, well, name them all as a matter of fact, supporting in essence Iran, who wants to destroy the people of Israel. And death to America. And yet we have politicians standing up criticizing the President of the United States, who wants to eliminate this country, at least in its current form, and they talk about no kings and so forth. Well, that's what they have in Iran. The mullahs are kings.
Right.
And yet that's okay in that part of the world.
I don't get the hypocrisy.
I don't either. The only conclusion you can come to is they hate Donald Trump so much they don't care who the opponent is, whether they're anti-Christ, anti-Christian, as long as, if Donald Trump said, I want to give everybody $1,000, they would attack it and say it's not enough.
Well, I mean, but yeah, the thing of it is, it's just a matter of if it's against what Trump wants or what Trump's doing, or if it undermines Trump in any way, they'll support it. And they really don't care about what the consequences are.
Yeah.
Because you look at Israel, it's interesting because the United States as a country has not had a long and boisterous support for Israel. And Israel is, Israel has been an ally of ours for a long time, but it's been a prickly relationship. As recently as 1973, I mean, if you look at, like Israel, we have sent them all sorts of equipment over the years. Oftentimes it's been the old stuff, the stuff that, well, we're just going to throw it away anyway, so send it to Israel. Old World War II ordnance, that did allow them to defend themselves against the Arab nations in 1947, and then again in 67, and then again in 73. You look at some of their equipment, it's been, like I said, our old cast-offs. I mean, it's really been more recent, since the 70s, that we were actively supporting Israel with stuff that was, a little closer to cutting edge and new. In 73, I mean, most people out there wouldn't remember the incident with the USS Liberty, where during the 73 war, we were supporting Israel, probably because of the fact that Egypt was being supported by Russia. So by default, we were a little more amenable to Israel, but we were also keeping track of what was going on. And one of the ways we did that was with the ship called the USS Liberty. That was an intelligence gathering ship off the coast of Israel, small, not terribly armed. And the Israelis were not keen on being observed, so they tried to sink it. They attacked it several times, killed a number of U.S. sailors, while we sat there, scratching our heads, not supporting our own ship, because we had plenty of assets in the Mediterranean at the time. We always have at least one aircraft carrier in the Mediterranean, yet we didn't send any sort of air cover. We didn't tell Israel hands off we just sat there and watched our own ship almost sunk. So, you really kind of have to wonder what sort of relationship we've had over the years. It hasn't been terribly positive. It hasn't been terribly negative. But, Israel has always wondered whether or not the U.S. was going to actually support it in most of what was going on. I mean, I think now, under the Trump administration, we are, I think, decidedly pro-Israel and supporting Israel's right to exist and actively defending it. But that, like I said before, it wasn't always as robust as it is now.
J.B. Pritzker, the governor of Illinois, is Jewish, and I don't understand how, as a Jew, he can call the President of the United States unhinged, who's attempting to keep the country of Israel alive and well.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to keep the Iranians and its mullah government from annihilating the people of Israel.
Right.
I would think the governor, being Jewish, and the same holds true for the governor of Pennsylvania, Shapiro, who is also Jewish, why they aren't supporting the effort to literally destroy the mullahs of Iran, who have murdered 45,000 of their own people.
Right.
If that doesn't remind them of what the Germans did to the Jewish population, not in thousands but millions during World War II, they say if you don't learn by history.
Repeat.
Right.
Sheldon said that when he was here.
Yeah.
He said the same thing.
But that's very easily explained because both of them,
I'd like to know that.
both of them have their eye on a different prize, which is they both desire to become president of the United States, and as a result, again, anything that they can do to wound Trump or to tarnish Trump, they think burnishes their reputation in their attempts to become president themselves. So they don't care what rock they have to kick over. They don't care what incongruent position they have to take, because to them, opposing Israel is just a pawn. I mean, they really have, no. What am I trying to say? I guess they don't have any positions that they're not willing to throw under the bus.
Sacrifice, yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's just something I'm going to say to gain points with this crowd or that crowd, because they're both. I mean, I can't say I don't know enough about Shapiro, but I will say this about Pritzker: the man has no principles that he's not willing to sacrifice to
become president.
Because he's an unprincipled man.
Were you surprised when Sheldon said how many Arabs are in Israel?
Not at all. Oh, not at all.
I was surprised by that.
Too, yeah.
That was shocking to me.
I've not been to Tel Aviv. Israel is a place that I've actually not had an opportunity to visit. I've been in the Middle East.
That's part of your Navy.
As part of
tour?
my Navy. Yeah, I spent 6 months in Egypt.
Were you on? Did you go through the Strait of Hormuz?
No,
by any chance?
No, but I spent a considerable amount of time in the Suez Canal. People don't realize.
Were you swimming or?
Well, I was sunbathing mostly.
Okay.
You're floating?
By the way, did you now, just a little lighthearted here? Did you sunbathe on the deck of your ship sometimes?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to get huffy about it. Hello, you dumbass.
Yeah. I mean, it was just like on a cruise ship,
Just like a cruise.
What was Holland, America?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the captain got a little upset when we would nude sunbathe because, that seemed a little.
She had a right to be upset.
Yeah, well.
Did that all over tan.
No, see, that's, Roger, I'm a traditional Navy guy.
Oh, you are?
I was in the Navy before women were actually serving aboard ships in any capacity.
So you were able to wear your thong?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I was able to get that all over tan.
There's a sight I can't get out of my head.
But what people don't realize the tension that exists in the Middle East even today.
Oh, there's so much hate going on in that.
Well, there is, and it's
world.
unreasonable. Israel is one of the most diverse urbanized countries in the Middle East. There are people living in Israel from every region of the world. There's people of every religion in the world.
That's amazing.
And they can all live in harmony there. I'm gobsmacked when I see all the various people who support, Hamas and Palestine, and they don't realize that the people that they support would turn on them in a nanosecond, would throw them on. I mean, gay people are not welcome in most of these Middle East countries. They would be thrown off of buildings. And that's not just a figure of speech. That's the literal action that would take place. Because the strong religious beliefs in the Muslim faith do not allow for a lot of these cosmopolitan ideas that that exist in the U.S. and in Israel. You just don't see that in the Muslim faith, especially in fundamentally Muslim countries like Iran, like Saudi Arabia. It's not acceptable. These things are not. And it's not that they're not acceptable. They're actively not just discouraged, but sought after and stamped out.
Well, the women have a lot of rights, right?
Oh, the women have wonderful rights. You have the right to sweat in a burqa. You have the right to have your eyes looking through a screen as you wander down the street with your male relative at your quarter.
Terrible.
No, I find it mind-boggling that there is no actual thought process going on here. I mean,
You're talking about the show, or?
well, that too.
Okay.
That too.
About us?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's if you I don't know. When I see some of these interviews of people in their 20s and 30s that are just repeating some of the most mindless banter that they obviously have embraced and believe, it's like, really? I mean, let's have a little. Let's look at geography. Let's look at history. Let's get a little more educated as to the world around us.
It's easier to parrot somebody on TV.
Well, I know. It's easier. All I have to do is remember what I heard on MS Now. It's like, really? I mean, I just people like Rachel Maddow. I'm just amazed that she can say some of the things she says with a straight face. It's like,
Yeah, but it's not a straight face. Have you noticed her head?
oh, she scowls. I mean, she has the most wonderful scowl.
She's not a happy person.
No, she's not. No, she's.
What do you got for
She,
trivia today?
she
I
takes ugly pills.
I may be an ignoramus, but I'm happy.
Yes,
And
you are.
I'm secure
You're a happy guy, right?
in most of my positions. I'm happy to talk about them. And if you want to berate me for them, well, bless your little heart. Just have at it.
Have at it.
Because
You like donuts.
I like donuts. And that's all that really counts in this life,
exactly,
isn't it?
No, I tell you what, we have this day in history that we want to ask you. April 9th, 1939.
39.
1939. I'm going to help you out because,
That's
I
a
mean,
bad
this,
year,
is,
right?
this is a tough
It was
question.
a tough year.
A tough year. Somebody made the news by singing Someplace.
Okay, I'm going to go with Kate Smith.
Okay? No. And I will help you, but that's a
I'm
nice
going to
start.
go with the Hawaii. Was it they're singing about Hawaii?
No.
Okay.
And I'll help you. It was a African-American or black woman.
Ella Fitzgerald.
No.
No.
Higher class.
Ella had nice furs.
Mm-hmm.
She did, but in the 30s, I can actually see her
Oh, not Diana Ross. No.
No, that's
too-
what Diana
yeah.
Ross wasn't even
She wasn't even
a
born,
little
yeah.
baby.
Oh boy.
She went to Europe.
Oh,
because
Wilson.
She wasn't
Is her
getting
name Wilson?
No, it wasn't Wilson.
Oh boy.
Let's see.
She an American?
Yeah.
Yes, she was
She was
an American
American.
black woman, and her initials M.A. So
Mavis. It was Mavis.
No, it's not Mavis.
Applebaum.
No.
No.
No, that was my kindergarten teacher.
And think of a woman's name with
M.
letter M.
Marilyn. Mavis.
Close.
Mary.
A derivative of Marilyn.
Mary.
Mary. Close. Oh, real close. Add something to.
Ma.
Marie.
Yeah. What?
Marie.
No.
No. It's gonna bug me because the minute
Yeah.
you say it, I'll go, yeah, yes, of course.
I'm trying to think of a clue to give you the first name. Well, here's a clue. It sounds like Marion.
Sounds like Marion. Well, only
Because,
Marion. sounds
because
like
it is.
Marion.
That's correct.
Oh.
So you got
Okay.
So you got the
Marion.
first name.
Marion Adams.
No. And the
Appleby.
last name is the name of a company that sells windows.
Anderson.
Yes, Marion. Good.
Never
good
heard of
going.
her.
Oh,
Marion
you
Anderson.
you
It's
just
not
have.
about-
You're not really.
Marion
with
You've
it.
never heard of her.
Oh, absolutely.
Seriously?
Absolutely, yes.
Well, yeah, you were
Beautiful voice
39.
of a-
Yeah, you were
I was
40 years
5
old, weren't you?
5 years. And where did she sing? Because she was not permitted. She was an international superstar in the 1930s, and there were places in the United States where a black woman was
Right.
not welcome,
Right.
no matter how famous. And
Well, she probably sang at the Albert Hall
in Washington, D.C.,
in Washington, D.C. She,
on the steps of the,
Capitol.
no,
presidential.
think presidential.
Yeah, what's the
Steps to the White House?
What's the
No,
thing?
think
No,
presidential.
that's,
What's the thing he's rebuilding? Now?
I know.
From Illinois.
The place the Kennedy Center.
No,
No.
think Illinois.
Think Illinois.
What memorial?
Oh, the Lincoln Memorial.
Yes,
Oh,
geez,
the
you
Lincoln Center.
guys. And she
Yeah.
sang, the crowd of 75,000 and a live radio audience of millions. She sang,
What'd she sing?
and she sang,
God Bless America? or something, or-
it doesn't say what she sang. She sang a song.
Loudly.
Well,
yeah.
why is that a trivia thing? So what?
Well, because it was.
What's
it
trivia
was-
about that?
It was designed to,
Stump us. I know.
I don't know. You know, I'm just here.
I don't know.
He just has the calendar.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
just said you bought the calendar.
Yeah, no, I didn't. Somebody bought it and gave it to me, and said.
Marie, what the hell? I
Yeah,
forgot her name. already.
Marion
Anderson.
Anderson. Oh,
Marion
I know
Anderson.
you know. Hey, cheers to all of you.
Well, thank you.
Taking
I'm
you
trying
away
to
in the
booze
world
for doing
today
so bad,
takes
but
everything
we
you've
quit.
got.
Hey, we had fun. this
Taking a
morning.
break
Sure,
from
but
all
thanks
your
for being
worries
part.
sure
We're gonna
would
try to
help
do
a
it
lot.
About a good fun.
Wouldn't you like to get
And
away?
Cliff, thank you for helping out.
You're welcome there. You're welcome there,
Those
Rocky.
nights when you've got
Great
no
for-
lights, the check is in the mail.
And you know the guy who was a
Your
bartender?
little angel hung the cat up by its tail, and your third fiance didn't show. Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name.
Who was that?
Woody was.
He's a big stone.
He's a nutcase.
He's a big stone.
No,
You wanna be where you can see our troubles are all the same. You wanna be
Have a great
where
day, everybody. Remember, God
knows
loves
your
you,
name.
and so do we. Let's all cheer.
Roll out of bed, Mr. Coffee's dead. The morning's looking bright, and your shrink ran off to Europe and didn't even write. And your husband wants to be a girl.